explore enigmatic moments from trail cameras, mysterious apparitions, otherworldly encounters, and a levitating Russian girl. In one striking clip, a lone man stands still in a park at night, the swing eerily moving by itself. Each inexplicable event leaves us baffled and intrigued, wondering about their true nature, filling us with suspense and uncertainty. Water monster. In the Erie River, the camera captured something strange. The air felt heavy with an odd, unsettling vibe. 4 brave friends set out on a boat to explore this curious, creepy waterway. In the video, a mysterious secret of the river unfurled. The friends spotted a shadow, cryptic and chilling, emerging from the depths. It resembled a hand, but not one of a fish. It was a river monster, a paranormal being's appendage. The sight sent shivers down their spines. A deep mystery loomed over the river. The true nature of this creature remained elusive. Was it a genuine paranormal entity, or a trick of the shadows? The friends were left pondering, their hearts still pounding from the encounter. The enigma of the river persisted, its secrets locked in its murky depths. It was a deep and great mystery. The camera's lens captured an uncanny sight. The river held its secret close. Paranormal mystery. The shopping center security camera captured some puzzling events. In the video, a security guard was seen holding a faint light, surveying the area. He continued to look around, venturing into a well-lit area briefly, and then seemed to vanish for a moment. However, this disappearance was likely due to the distant glow of the light. The video took a terrifying turn when the guard was struck by an unseen force. In the far corner of the screen, something hit him with great force, and he fell to the ground. Spectators rushed to his aid. Later, he was pushed again by an inexplicable and formidable power, but he valiantly resisted it. This paranormal sighting in a public place left spectators in sheer horror. The guard was convinced that something beyond the realm of normalcy had struck him. He adamantly claimed that it was not a matter of doubt, but the work of a paranormal spirit. Many people believed in this mysterious presence, and the video seemed to corroborate their beliefs. Despite the chilling evidence, the true nature of the entity and its intentions remained shrouded in mystery. The incident sent shockwaves through the community, with fears that others might also be affected. The unexplained event in the shopping center left everyone with a sense of unease, and questions lingered about what had truly transpired and why it had targeted the security guard.
Strange imposter in the woods. Deep in the woods, a family found themselves in a strange situation when their usually friendly dog started barking intensely in the middle of the night. A deafening silence filled with intense howling made the house owners a little worried. They ran towards their front door to check the severity of the matter with torches in their hand. Meanwhile, the dog was still barking at the woods as if he had seen something peculiar and haunted. The couple began pointing their torchlight at the dense forest in front of their house. And to their amazement, they found small, glowing eyes roaming in the thick forest at this hour.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Where are they? They're blinking, y'all.
There's lots out there.
Are those coyotes?
I don't know, but they're there.
Yeah, those are coyotes.
Speculations began haunting them, as it was unusual to discover such an enigmatic creature in the middle of the night. However, to put an end to their worry, the creature revealed itself, and you won't believe it, guys, it was nothing but a big wild cow roaming and grazing through the woods. A burst of laughter broke in, and they heaved a sigh of relief as this poor creature could cause no harm to anyone.
There's something just sitting there like a cow. That's why his head was going up and down.
Mysterious baby. In a spooky, dimly lit room, a tiny baby was playing all alone. But this wasn't just an ordinary baby. It babbled and giggled as though it believed someone else was there, even though the room was empty. The person recording felt a sense of unease in the air. This scene was not giving any good vibes to the operator. It is very uneasy. The baby seemed upset, crying out as if someone needed help. Nearby, there was a sad, broken chair. Then something odd occurred. The baby fell to the floor, legs flailing as if someone was causing it pain. The baby's cries filled the room, sending shivers down everyone's spines. It was a frightening, bone-chilling scene that scared everyone who saw it. Could there be something otherworldly happening? This video remains a puzzle, leaving us all wondering about the baby's fate. The air felt odd, as if it held hidden secrets. It was a deep, puzzling mystery that still remains unknown and puzzling. Unknown creature lurking. In a quiet, sleepy city nestled amidst thick forest land, there was an air of riddle that hung in the thick moonlit nights. Residents had rumored about strange happenings for times, but nothing had any evidence. It was until one cataclysmic evening when curiosity and fear collided. An amateur wildlife sucker decided to set up a trail camera deep in the timber to capture some footage of the original wildlife. Little did he know he'd stumble upon a commodity far more extraordinary than he ever imagined. As he reviewed the footage, his eyes widened with unbelief. On the screen, unknown brutes were lurking in the murk. They moved quietly, their satiny, glistening forms reflecting the dim light. These beings were like nothing he would ever seen ahead, with stretched bodies and luminous eyes that glowed in the darkness. People could not repel participating in the footage with the municipality's folk, who were inversely astonished and alarmed. Enterprise and propositions ran wild, from extraterrestrial callers to ancient timber spirits. The unknown brutes had brought a creepy mystique to the city, turning it into a seedbed of curiosity and fear. Hidden unknown figure. The street camera came across some curious figure hiding himself behind the wall. The cryptic sighting immediately caught the attraction and was captured in the camera lens. You can see some lurking appearance with only a black head visible standing behind. It was watching the man with the camera with the intention of noticing him. The figure kept on gazing in the dark towards the cameraman until it got captured. The video went creepier when the man ran behind it, but its disappearance sent shivers down the spine as it was not normal. It must be present there, even if it was some kind of thief or someone seeking to hide himself. The even more terrifying scene made the man sick, as there was definitely something paranormal present there. The mysterious sight holding lots of secrets vanished there with the mystery in it. No one knows where it came from, what it was, and why it was around there. Its lurking presence left everyone curious because such a sighting around you is terrifying. The mystery is still to be resolved. You can clearly identify what it was or what it could be, because it is out of the sense to find such a cryptic figure around as normal. Venom? The trail camera in the deep, eerie woods recorded a mysterious and unsettling scene. A sinister road where a motorcycle traveler passed by on his bike became the stage for a bizarre encounter. The camera revealed a cryptic video of a man clad in black pants and a shirt, walking from one end to the other. Suddenly, another man in white pants and shirt appeared and, after a brief chase, attacked him. The man in black fought back and the attacker fled. But this was no ordinary encounter. The video took a chilling turn as the camera zoomed in, capturing something paranormal. The man who had been attacked was struck with an otherworldly force. On closer inspection, it became clear that a dark, ghostly spirit emerged from the man in the black outfit, attacking the other person while the man remained on the road. As he tried to rise, the eerie apparition re-entered his body, and he returned to a normal appearance, like an ordinary man. The camera continued to zoom, revealing another enigma. There was some mysterious venom within the black-clad man's body. This venom, lurking inside a seemingly normal person, was a perplexing riddle. Where it came from and why it resided within the man remained a mystery, one that only he held the key to. The strange incident left more questions than answers, lost in the depths of the deep, dark woods. Paranormal human being. One day, a camera captured something truly bizarre deep within the woods of a remote place. This place was far from normal, as the owner of the house nearby claimed there were no houses and no humans living anywhere nearby. What made it even stranger was the sighting of a woman wandering in these desolate woods. From a distance, it appeared as if she was in a distressed state, stumbling around aimlessly. However, as she drew closer to the camera, her intentions became clear. She seemed to be fully aware of her surroundings, moving with purpose, as if searching for something, or perhaps hiding from someone or something. No one could fathom who she was or why she had ended up in such an eerie place. The mystery deepened, as it was inconceivable for a regular person to be there, especially at such an uncanny time. Speculation began to rise, suggesting that she might be a paranormal spirit or some supernatural creature, as she did not seem like an ordinary human being. This enigma continued to perplex all who saw the video. The woman's origin and perhaps remained shrouded in mystery. The terror that the footage conveyed sent shivers down the spines of those who watched, leaving them with an unsettling feeling that something truly unnatural had transpired in that haunting place. Humanoid encounter. In a deep, dark forest, the video unveiled a group of people gathered around a screen. They were watching a video taken by a trail camera. It was a sunny day, but something strange happened in the woods. The camera captured a mysterious black figure that looked like a Bigfoot.
Where's the record on this thing? I want to watch it. Where's the thing?
It was walking far away in the woods, and it sent shivers down the spines of the people watching. The sight of this creature, this mysterious humanoid Bigfoot, left everyone in shock. It was a clear sighting, unmistakable in its bigness, lurking in the woods. But the video became even creepier as the camera zoomed in. There it was, a large, mysterious Bigfoot, clearly visible from afar, right in front of the camera's lens.
Give me the camera.
This strange encounter with the unknown left everyone wondering about the secrets of the deep, dark woods. And that, my friends, is the eerie tale of a mysterious Bigfoot captured on film in the heart of the forest. Even on a sunny day, the woods can hold secrets that send shivers down your spine. So, when you go exploring in the woods, remember to keep your eyes wide open, for you never know what mysteries you might uncover. Handicapped deer. Deep within the wilderness, a trail camera has unveiled an extraordinary sight, a tripod deer captivating researchers and nature enthusiasts worldwide. With only 3 legs, this resilient creature defies adversity, navigating her world with grace and vitality. Her indomitable spirit serves as a poignant reminder of nature's strength, igniting hope and wonder in those who witness her journey. This deer story resonates deeply, symbolizing unwavering resilience in the face of challenges. Researchers are captivated by her existence, delving into her mysteries and celebrating her ability to thrive. For those fortunate enough to witness her remarkable journey through the wild, she embodies the enduring power of life, inspiring hearts with each graceful step. Mysterious creatures. In the quiet forest land of Willowbrook, a place untouched by the hustle and bustle of the ultra-modern world, a mysterious commodity was proceeding. Late one summer's night, as the moon cast its argentine gleam through the ancient trees, a trail camera hidden among the leafage captured something truly extraordinary. At first, it appeared as a transitory shadow, a regard for the unknown. But as the footage played on, the riddle strengthened. Strange ethereal beings surfaced from the darkness, their forms shimmering with an unearthly fluorescence. These brutes, unlike anything seen ahead, sounded to dance and frolic amidst the trees. With long, delicate branches and luminous bodies, they glided gracefully through the moonlit timber. Their hoarse laugh, soft and melodious, echoed through the night, leaving a creepy sense of wonder in its wake. Who were these mysterious brutes? Where had they come from? Why had they chosen this retired corpse as their playground? The questions swirled like whispers in the wind, leaving the watcher of the footage in admiration and unbelief. For in that entranced timber, the world of the unknown had come to life. Scary howls. In the quiet of the Atlantic mountain woods, a trail camera captured something unsettling. A woman somewhere deep in the snowy forest recorded a cryptic video of eerie sounds. At first, it was just faint whispers of something mysterious. However, As the video went on, the screams grew louder and more terrifying, shrouding the woods in an ominous aura. Some said it was the mountain lions, known for their chilling screams, but it felt like something more than that. It was as if the very woods held secrets and the shadows concealed a sinister presence. Perhaps it was just skiers wandering in the dark, but the truth remained a mystery. As the woman continued to record, she faced a choice: to venture closer towards the source of those enigmatic and eerie voices, or to step away, leaving the mystery untouched. She chose the latter, and the cryptic voices lingered in the air, hauntingly puzzling. The forest held its secrets close, and the eerie video left us with more questions than answers. It was a reminder that the wilderness can be both beautiful and mysterious, and sometimes it's best to let the enigma of the woods remain just that, an enigma. A captivating mystery that leaves us in awe of the unknown wonders of nature. Giant ape. In the heart of a dense dark forest, a camera captured an eerie and enigmatic sight. It sent shivers down everyone's spine. The camera lens revealed a colossal ape concealed behind a tree, its massive form obscured by scattered leaves. The operator recorded from a safe distance, the air thick with an uncanny atmosphere. This was no ordinary ape. It towered far beyond the usual size. Its visage was a ghastly amalgamation of fear and peculiarity. Suddenly, the colossal creature bolted towards the operator. The cameraman sprinted, his phone tumbling to the forest floor. With haste, he retrieved it, heart pounding. The spectacle was one of unearthly proportions, and for the cameraman, it was an encounter with the supernatural. The revelation was a profound mystery, an enormous ape far removed from the ordinary. The video, a testament to this bewildering encounter, left viewers and the cameraman alike in a state of bewilderment. The forest depths held secrets beyond imagination, and this colossal ape was just the beginning of an otherworldly tale. Man or the swing. In this eerie video, we see a man in a nighttime park where a swing mysteriously sways without anyone near it, creating a creepy setting. Oddly, the man remains strangely calm and unmoved, even in this unsettling situation. When another person arrives to document this paranormal event, the first man inexplicably disappears from the video, intensifying the enigma and fear. With many questions left unanswered and various explanations in mind, we're left contemplating the real essence of this encounter, filled with suspense and uncertainty. Real-life mermaid discovery. A camera in Minnesota captured a strange sight on the beaches, and it was undeniably eerie. In the footage, there were two men, both with their heads covered in yellow dreadlocks, walking down the hill towards the beach. One of them was clutching a piece of cloth tightly in his hand. As they reached the shore, one of the men ventured into the water, disappearing briefly before re-emerging with something in his grasp. As the video continued, the waves seemed to grow stronger and more turbulent, making it difficult to see what the men had found. The person behind the camera zoomed in, hoping to get a clearer view of the mysterious object.
Looks like they're pulling something out of the water. Must be that thing I was looking at.
It was something green or blue, and it could have been a sea creature or perhaps something else entirely. Driven by curiosity, the man decided to get closer to the two individuals. His steps brought him within earshot, and what he saw was nothing short of astonishing. There, lying on the beach, was a figure with the body shape of a mermaid. It was green in color and appeared lifeless. The mermaid, a mythical creature often relegated to the realm of fairy tales, now lay before them in reality. It was a chilling and shocking sight. The question on everyone's mind was whether this was indeed a mermaid or merely a human with a mermaid-like appearance who had met a tragic fate in the sea. Speculations were rife, but the truth remained hidden, perhaps obscured by authorities. Nevertheless, the capture of this enigmatic figure on the beach left a profound impact, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality.
A wicked child. A ghost hunter set out on his other deadly venture. He chose a dilapidated house, torn and ruined brutally throughout its surroundings. His adventure began filming the wreckage of that seemingly haunted place. The air was filled with untamed voices, howls of wild beasts, and deadly shrieks of unannounced creatures, all turning into a satanic clamor. With his torchlight, he began hunting for its prized possession, and in no time his camera caught something unruly, something vicious. It was a haunted figure that almost looked like a child with demonic ears. With its long hair, that set behind its elf-like ears, the eerie creature stood still for a while, unveiling his demonic presence in front of the camera, and then quickly hid behind the wreckage. The hunter followed him around the house, but all in vain. It looked as if the haunted creature wasn't shy of the camera, and it only wanted to cast his satanic presence over the hunter. Legendary sea monster. A beautiful lake situated in between the frosty mountains, a breathtaking sight, and indeed a perfect travel destination spot. But can you believe that this lake might be home to fantasy creatures and spooky monsters? It all began when a man started to record this alluring scenery in search of a legendary creature that only had its existence limited to books. However, some had claimed that they had witnessed that sea-dwelling beast. After some time, unruly ripples close to the shore caught his attention. The man diverted his lens toward that disturbance in the glistening water. He zoomed over a sizable black tail, making all those ripples in the lake. The man claimed it to be the caudal fin of the legendary kraken. According to the sources, the kraken is a sea monster of humongous stature, and those black flaps documented in the video looked nothing like the kraken's huge fins. Thus, it would not be appropriate to call it a kraken sighting, as it could be a giant or some other codfish swimming across the lake.
What the hell's that? What the hell's that? There's something in the water, guys. Can you guys see that?
Bigfoot encounter. An adventurous hiking venture turned into an eye-opening discovery that raised many speculations about the presence of this giant forest beast. The video began with a man recording the captivating nature of a dense forest, laden with towering trees, and its floor covered with thickly grown moss, almost giving it a carpeted appearance. Among this enchanting scenery, a black shadow peeked into the frame. It had a huge stature, like a giant covered in thick fur and long hair all over its body. The giant gradually walked toward the cameraman with all its glory and magnificence, defying the tallness of everything in front of it. With a sudden glance into the camera lens, the Bigfoot walked away from the cameraman, ignoring his invasion in its territory completely. However, this video doesn't provide any solid evidence to Bigfoot's presence, and these wild and unruly creatures won't spare human invasions in their habitat. Glaring eyes. Trail cam footage has been making headlines. However, the spotlight isn't on the animal captured by it, but on an enigmatic presence that the unblinking lens inadvertently revealed. In the vast fields of the forest, amidst the lurking darkness, an innocent deer could be seen grazing peacefully through the meadows. I know nothing exciting, but here comes the spooky part. If you focus on the left side of the footage, you'll see two large glowing eyes glaring through the darkness of the forest. These giant eyes kept revealing themselves for quite a few minutes, and then they suddenly disappeared into the darkness. This strange footage raised many questions about the creature hiding behind woods. Some claimed it to be Bigfoot's glowing eyes, whereas some pointed it as a forest curse dwelling through the fields. What do you guys think? Do let us know about your theories. a waddling creature. A driver recording his journey through the wilderness of the forest came across something peculiar and strange on his way. Through the bumpy road, in the middle of the forest, a moving object at the side of the road playing with the puddle caught the driver's attention from afar. Hence, on coming close to that creature, the driver zoomed in, and as soon as it began driving across it, this dark-colored creature swiftly sprinted into the woods with a dangling gait. Unaware of the nature of this peculiar animal, the driver kept recording it while driving past it. Now, coming to the question of the nature of this wild animal, if you look closely at it, you'd find white stripes across it, making it look like a wild skunk and not an eerie creature. The skunk, upon seeing the driver, ran into the woods as they are protective of their surroundings. Cursed photographs. Imagine taking pictures while hiking through a thick forest only to find a haunted spirit peeking through your photographs. Scary, isn't it? A similar series of events happened with a couple when they were enjoying their hiking venture in the mountain forest, unaware of the presence of spooky spirits wandering around. Upon looking through their camera roll, they were astonished to spot a strange presence behind them. At first, it seemed like a bird, captured while taking its flight, but as they zoomed over, a wave of fear ran across their body as there was a strange figure with a clear face peeking from the trees. A demonic presence, a satanic face trying to get in the frame of a happy couple-like curse. The couple ran checks over this footage. However, this case remained unresolved as the authorities were unable to locate any evidence regarding this strange encounter.
Mysterious venomous encounter. In a lonely, rocky place under the hot, unyielding sun, something strange happened. A camera, almost guided by an unseen hand, focused on a sight that made no sense. In this dry, barren land, a dark and ominous creature slithered. It was like a living shadow, absorbing all the light around it. With a sinister intent, it reached for a defenseless crab. The crab, driven by pure instinct, fought desperately to escape its impending doom. But with each passing moment, it became clear that the crab's struggle was futile. The dark creature coiled around it, hungry and relentless. It clung to the crab as if it wanted to devour it whole. If there were any spectators, they remained hidden among the rocky maze, watching in silence. They felt a growing unease in their hearts as they witnessed this eerie scene. As the day dragged on, the mystery deepened. What summoned this malevolent creature to this desolate place? What wicked purpose did it serve? Was it an omen of doom or some alien force with an unknowable plan? The camera continued to capture this unsettling spectacle, leaving the world to ponder the dark forces at play in this hidden corner of the rocky wilderness. Here, in a land where answers were scarce, questions ruled, and understanding remained elusive. Mysterious Sasquatch skull discovery. In an old, dark forest, a group of friends set out on an adventure that left them forever puzzled. The sun was setting, casting long shadows on the twisted trees and bushes. Laughter turned into whispers as they stumbled upon something baffling. A skull partly buried in the mud. This was no normal skull. It didn't look like a bear's or a human's. It was strange, like it came from the depths of the wilderness.
Buried under mud in a log fall down the side of a river. Like, we should look and see if there's other bones.
Gathering around this eerie find, their voices shook with curiosity and fear. One of them, a firm believer in the supernatural, dared to say, "It looks like a Sasquatch skull." The legend of the elusive Sasquatch, a creature often talked about in campfire tales, had always intrigued them. Finding a skull that might belong to this legendary beast was beyond their wildest dreams. Rumors spread like wildfire, people speculate wildly, and the ancient trees seemed to murmur their own secrets. Was it a clever hoax designed to bewilder and amaze? Or did this skull mark the existence of something unknown to humanity? As time went by, the mystery deepened and the skull remained an unsolved puzzle hidden in the heart of the forest. Despite the efforts of experts and the world's curiosity, the truth stayed out of reach, slipping through the fingers of those who sought it. The forest kept its secrets, guarding the mystery of the skull like a sentinel. And so, in the dappled light of that ancient forest, a riddle was born. A riddle that would haunt the dreams of those who ventured there, forever wondering about the enigmatic skull.
I can't really explain anything else.
Well, we're gonna definitely take it back with us.
We should call someone.
Cryptic dogman haunts woods. In a forest filled with sunlight hidden away from curious eyes, a dark and unsettling mystery unfolded before an unsuspecting camera. Though it was daytime, there was an eerie air about the place. Amidst the tall, whispering trees, an oppressive silence reigned, only interrupted by the soft rustling of leaves and distant animal sounds. No human dared approach, for they felt an unnatural presence. Then, as if summoned by the very essence of the woods, a nightmarish creature emerged. A dogman, not quite canine nor entirely human. Its fur was tangled in darkness, and its eyes were like endless voids devouring all light. But why had this entity ventured into this remote forest, where humans seldom trod? The camera, an unwitting witness, captured the dogman's malevolent presence. It lingered among the trees, fixed on the lens with an unsettling intensity. Without answers, an unsettling feeling hung in the air. How did this dogman come into existence? What drove it to focus on the camera with such malevolence? The mysteries were as deep as the forest shadows, leaving those who saw the footage in fear. As the sun continued its relentless journey across the sky, casting eerie shadows, the dogman remained, its secrets locked away in its grotesque form. In the heart of the woods, it remained an enigmatic guardian of a sinister realm, where questions dared not to venture, and terror ruled the daylight hours. Mysterious Midwest Cyclops Skull. One autumn day in the Midwest, something incredibly strange happened. Imagine a vast field of golden farmland where the corn stalks swayed in the breeze. In this serene setting, an eerie discovery sent chills down spines and left everyone baffled. Hidden among the rolling fields was an enormous skull, but it was like no skull anyone had ever seen before. It resembled a human skull, but there was something nightmarish about it. Right in the middle of the forehead, it had only one eye socket, giving it a monstrous appearance. It seemed like a bizarre blend of human and creature. People couldn't make sense of it. It didn't fit the mold of a dinosaur or any known animal. It defied all attempts at categorization, leaving everyone in awe. Scientists, intrigued and daring, suggested a wild theory. They proposed that it might be the skull of a cyclops, a creature from ancient legends known for its single powerful eye. They imagined that this cyclops' two eye sockets had merged into one monstrous hollow in the skull's center. But even this bold idea didn't provide all the answers. As rumors and theories spread across the land, one thing became crystal clear. The true identity of this colossal skull remained an unsolved mystery. Was it from an unknown species, a foreboding sign of hidden terrors beneath the earth, or perhaps a harbinger of secrets yet to be uncovered? In the heart of the Midwest, this gigantic skull stood as a testament to the mysteries that sometimes lurk beneath the calm exterior of our world, inviting us to unravel their secrets, filling us with a never-ending sense of wonder and unease.
Ominous nightmare. When your eyes suddenly open in the middle of the night, a normal person would usually encounter darkness and peaceful silence surrounding him, wouldn't he? But there are some people who would come across cursed creatures with their dreadful sight and voices haunting the surroundings if their eyes accidentally opened at a specific time, or you can say 3 a.m. In this video, a girl encounters a goat coming from behind the curtain. At first glance, it appears normal, but as the goat opens its mouth, waves of horrific sound reach the eardrums, making one hold his ear. The girl shifts her camera towards the clock, showing the dreadful time of the day, 3 a.m. In the meantime, the goat's shrieking voice, accompanied by the black tentacles coming out of its mouth and glowing eyes, can be seen clearly in the darkness of the night. This scene is truly terrifying for one sight, but the vlogger seems accustomed to this behavior of the goat and calmly closes the door on the goat, completely shutting it out of the room. the creature of Romania. This peculiar video began with a man recording himself while talking about the unusual sighting that occurred in the Romanian zoo. The man emphasized that such a creature had never been sighted anywhere in the world. However, it is enchained here at the Romanian zoo constraints. After the initial warning, the man entered a dark hall filled with other tourists and visitors. Among these usual voices, strange howls and cries were heard, which kept getting louder as the man moved further into the hall. At last, in the end, a colossal cage was seen with a dwarf-like creature with a distorted face and features, amusing the curious tourists with his unusual appearance and distinct howls. Wild intruder. Who would have imagined that, when you clocked out of your job, the next time you see your workplace, it would be in the coverage of a news channel portraying a horrific scene of a wild bear entering your workplace? It is a heinous sight, isn't it? That exact scene was recorded in the camera footage of Aspen Resort, where a wild bear was wandering around in the resort's kitchen. It is an abominable situation one must never encounter, but sometimes luck is not on your side. This luck ran short on the night guard of Aspen Resort, where he met the rile-up bear after hearing the rustle and bustle in the kitchen. At first, the security didn't come face-to-face with the bear, but as he slowly inspected further into the blind spot of camera footage, the wild bear flung out his sharp claws toward the poor security guard and tossed the poor guy at a feet distance, which probably was best as he sprung out of the door, while the bear also finds this opportunity to escape from that place. A heroic day. A daunting encounter took place on the streets of British Columbia, Canada, where a bear came in a face-to-face meeting with a little boy strolling along with his cycle in front of his front door. Upon seeing the boy, the bear walked gradually toward him in his quest to sniff the young lad. However, in this spine-tingling situation, the boy didn't lose his calm. Instead, he kept still and stared at the bear as he sprinted towards him. When there were only a few inches left between the kid and the bear, a man from behind plunged into the scene like an angel from the sky. With his arm wide open, he began hushing away the bear. Luckily, this trick worked, and the bear ran towards the car and hid behind it. The man still kept looking for the bear in an attempt to scare him away, and his efforts bore fruit as the bear quickly walked away from the neighborhood. Overall, it was an act of courage by both. The young boy kept his nerves under control, while the man courageously took charge of the situation and saved the day. Parental guardians. The forest is home to hundreds of mysterious creatures, and one such creature caught our attention while cradling its baby through a thick jungle. A spooky encounter occurred when a hiker recorded an inhumane beast wandering through the woods. A giant beast, draped in a dark attire from head to toe with all its magnificence, peeped through a huge rock. A bit cautious about his surroundings, it quickly passed through the field while glancing meekly at the camera lens. It was strange for such a wild beast to be observant about his surroundings, almost as if he was protective of something. Soon, this enigma unveiled itself when the gorilla-like creature came out of the bushes, holding its baby and then again disappearing into the woods. This incident reflects light upon the protective nature of a parent, despite its dreadful instincts and the presence of such enigmatic creatures in our worldly domain.
Aliens mystery. The video showed something really strange and scary. It looked like an alien. The air felt weird, full of questions. This alien was like something from a mystery story. It looked odd and made people uneasy. Its skin was very pale, and it looked skinny. It gave off a spooky feeling. In movies and books, we often see aliens, but this video suggested they might be real. It was like a big puzzle. Was it really an alien? That's still a big question. It's a deep mystery that people are trying to figure out. This video might be proof that aliens are real, but we're not sure yet. It's all very exciting and puzzling. The video brought up a lot of curious thoughts. People wondered if it was really an alien or something else. It looked so strange and made everyone feel a little uneasy. The alien had a really pale skin and was quite skinny. It gave off a spooky feeling, like in a scary story. In movies and books, we often see aliens, but this video made it seem like they might actually exist. It's like a big mystery that everyone's trying to solve. Could this be the proof that aliens are real? It's all very exciting and confusing. Cryptid wheelchair. The camera recorded something very scary and mysterious. The air felt weird, full of questions. It made people uneasy. This cryptic video was recorded in a hospital. This horrible scene was captured by a security guard, and he uploaded it on social media. Some people informed us that we went off to the hospital for routine checkups where they noticed many paranormal things. The security guard of the hospital captured that the wheelchair was moving alone automatically with no one to support. No one was present here. This scene was looking so strange. It gave off a spooky feeling. There were some boys present in the hospital who were running with fear. This was really an exertion of a paranormal creature. The video brought up a lot of curious thoughts. People wondered if it was really a paranormal being or not. It is very doubtful that how this wheelchair was walking. Strange. It was a big mystery that everyone was trying to solve. It's all very exciting. Mysterious home. In this spooky video, the camera captured a very mysterious or scary sight. This curious video was recorded by a CCTV camera in a home that is pointed toward home's backyard. In a home, the family living in a home was dealing with a number of unexplained disturbances in the home. They were thinking that it could be the work of neighborhood kids or perhaps criminals. Then they decided to install security cameras. The footage camera captured the presence of supernatural creatures. It was floating in air like a substance. It seemed like it was a spiritual creature. The air was truly full of enigmatic or thrilling. This was a very spine-chilling scene that was recorded in footage. It makes everyone terrified in home. It was difficult to say that what this family was dealing with was clear that it was not from this world. We say that the family was not interrupted by neighbors' kids. It was something really paranormal. The family contacted with a team of paranormal investigators to rescue from this supernatural creature, but we do not hear about the case. It was still a deep mystery that was still unknown. The cryptic coyote. In a dark forest, a camera captured a strange scene that felt both spooky and sad. The air held a strange feeling, making people worry. The atmosphere was weird. In the picture, a small deer stood, looking innocent, facing a mean coyote. The coyote, following its instincts, chased the deer with strong determination. The deer looked scared, running away, the coyote right behind. Suddenly, the chase ended sadly. The coyote caught the deer, biting its soft skin. The deer felt sharp pain, its legs moving wildly, a painful struggle on the ground. This scene without words told a story anyone could understand. It reminded us of nature's tough side. The harshness, clear in the wild setting, left a strong memory. For a moment, we saw how life and death work together in nature. This picture, simple yet powerful, left a sad feeling in anyone who saw it. The little deer was very frightened, and on the other hand, the coyote was stone-hearted. It showed us the harsh reality of nature, where survival can be cruel and unforgiving. Unseen creature encounter. In the deep dark forest, a camera caught something really weird and mysterious. It felt strange and gave everyone a little scare. It made people wonder what on earth it could be. Then the camera saw Gollum, a peculiar figure giving everyone curious, creepy chills. This Gollum was a super mysterious, spooky creature you usually only read about in books. But here, someone took a photo of it in the forest. That made everyone start to wonder if Gollum might actually be real. They looked really scary and strange. Their teeth were like goblins, and they had wet skin and little pieces of bat wings. Their appearance was confusing, with big, round, pale eyes, and they were as dark as the deepest night. They were also really skinny. This creature was a huge mystery. People couldn't decide if it was actually real or just something from stories. The answer was still a secret, waiting to be discovered like a hidden treasure in a fairy tale. It left people wondering what it could be. Bear's dance. Once a camera stumbled upon a truly adorable scene. Imagine a peaceful park, green grass stretching as far as the eye could see. At the center of it all, there stood a delightful creature, a bear. Some called it a panda, right by a sturdy pole. At first, this fluffy star looked around with innocent eyes filled with wonder. The gentle breeze rustled the leaves above, and sunlight painted everything in a warm golden hue. But then, something enchanting happened. As if by magic, the bear started to dance. Not just any dance, mind you, but a dance that oozed cuteness and wonder.
Oh, that is hilarious. I have to put a song with that.
It swayed to an unheard tune, its furry paws tracing graceful patterns in the air. It twirled, spun, and even pulled off some twerks like a true artist. The lucky onlookers couldn't help but smile. Their hearts brimmed with joy. The bear's dance was pure magic. It spoke of happiness and freedom, telling a story that everyone could understand. The dance continued, holding everyone in its spell. The bear's hands moved with surprising elegance, and its whole body seemed to dance in tune with the universe. It was a moment of sheer, unadulterated happiness. Language didn't matter, it united people in joy. In the end, it didn't matter if this bear was called a panda somewhere else, or that it lived in a world of grass and poles. What mattered was the universal language of happiness it spoke through its dance. It touched the hearts of all who were lucky enough to witness it. This, my friends, was a moment to cherish forever.
Fields of Fear? On a dreadful night, full of terror and deafening silence, in the middle of vast fields, a man found himself in a demonic ritual. It all began with a man wandering through vast fields with his torchlight, searching for his two faithful dogs. Following the howls of his dogs, he finally found one of his dogs barking towards a satanic creature, a demon with the head of a goat, cradling his numb dog and walking away. The moment he shifted his attention from his barking dog to that satanic figure, his other dog was taken into possession by another satanic creature, leaving the man breathing heavily in this moment of terror and angst. Skinwalker Ghost. The car dash cam footage shows a white figure crossing the road, moving with a strange, almost animalistic gait. As it comes closer to the car, the figure's true nature becomes clear. It's a skinwalker. The skinwalker's skin is matted and unkempt, and its limbs are too long and thin to be human. As the car drives away, the skinwalker disappears into the darkness. The driver is left feeling shaken and unsure of what they just witnessed. Skinwalkers are said to be powerful and dangerous shapeshifters in Navajo culture, able to take on the form of any animal they desire. Crossing paths with one is considered a bad omen, and many people believe that seeing a skinwalker can bring misfortune or death. The vicious rattlesnake. From the deadliest creatures of the outer realm to the wild, slithering animals of our domain, the world is full of vicious encounters. Just like in this video, a man showcases the true nature of a rattlesnake. With its intense buzzing sounds, the rattlesnake was generating a sense of fear in its surroundings. Unafraid of the vicious trap of the rattlesnake, the man kept recording the dreadful species. Its glaring eyes remained fixated on the intrusive man. The apparent wrath in his cold eyes was enough to devour any dwelling prey, and its continuous rattling tail was enough to haunt nearby creatures. Aware of the lurking danger, the daring man, being cautious of actions, kept recording this reptile as he was fascinated by its constant rattles. Satan in the bushes. In the vast fields far from human neighborhoods and in the close vicinity of the dense forest, a man began recording some strange movements. Behind the withered bushes around a tall electricity tower, something peculiar and a shadowy figure appeared. As the observer recorded the video from afar, hence only it was impossible to gauge the size of this eerie creature. Only two sharp horns with pointed round tips are visible in the video, giving it the appearance of some bull or a mountain goat. Nonetheless, the creature looked creepy in its attire, almost like a cursed satanic goat peeking through the bushes. Creepy settlement under the bridge. In this blurred video of an underbridge settlement surrounded by thick-grown vines and wild bushes, an observer witnessed something weird. To find out the cause of this unusual activity, the man hops on a journey to find out the truth about these vague movements. As soon as he went under the bridge, heaps of wild twigs and branches welcomed him, all hiding the entrance of a long bridge, giving it an appearance of ambush to protect the unknown. The man was ready to make his first step into that horrid place, but soon rushed home because something supernatural had made him lose control. As soon as he saw that apparition, he was caught off guard and stumbled on his shaking steps. But within a second, he gathered courage and ran away. Living footballs. Have you ever seen a giant rolling ball swaying across the woods? Can you believe that these giant balls are alive? They are these fascinating creatures that can compact themselves in a ball to travel greater distances. It is a rare sight to witness armadillos in their unpacked form. However, a trail cam was successful enough to capture these creatures in its memory. Amidst the dark jungles, surrounded by sky-high trees, a cute little animal gradually marches forward with a slow gait in open fields. This adorable species only appeared briefly with its tiny feet tiptoeing through the grassy areas and then disappeared into the woods. Vicious werewolf. A trail cam recording captures a spine-chilling moment of a werewolf lurking behind the bushes. The eerie footage shows the creature's silhouette pacing back and forth before it suddenly stops and looks directly at the camera. Its glowing eyes reflect the light from the camera, and it seems as if the werewolf was aware of its presence being recorded. The creature's movements are swift and sudden, and after a few minutes it becomes agitated and disturbs the camera, causing the recording to end abruptly. This unsettling footage will leave viewers with goosebumps and questioning the existence of these mythical creatures. Lion's Feast. Recorded by a helpless tourist, this video is enough to send shivers down your spine as you question the unpredictability of a human's mortal being. Who could have thought that a fun adventure at a safari park could turn into a life-ending trauma, a horrific incident that could devour your loved ones' lives? The video began with an older man strolling through the open safari fields and into the lion's den. A daring move, isn't it? And this tiny mistake cost that man his life. Triggered by the sudden intrusion into its land, the lion sprinted towards the old man. Unfortunately, the old man, due to his lean body, couldn't keep up pace with the lurking danger. Hence, the lion seized him the moment he was about to step into his safe zone and dragged him away towards his old hiding. There, he devoured him into sizable bites, with cries of help and shrieks of helplessness echoing through the safari.
Oh my God! Somebody help, please!
He's gonna go!
Hunting gone wrong. A hunter holding his gun upright, pointing at its aim, was breathing heavily in a dense forest filled with vicious creatures and deadly beasts. With shaking hands, he kept walking towards thick bushes. To end our curiosities, a giant grizzly bear plunged out of the bushes, slowly made its way toward the man, and then hid again behind dense foliage. One must have thought that the hunter could quickly escape this terrible situation had he used his gun correctly. But there's more to the scene as another grizzly bear cub pops from a bush. According to the hunter, there were 3 cubs with their mother bear. Thus, it would have been inhumane for him to shoot her, as the mother was being protective of his kids.
Injured deer. The trail camera in the woody forest in the daylight recorded a musk passing by. The creepy vibes of the forest were making the environment scarier as there was terrible quietness around, and there was no presence of any creature. An injured deer, which felt like it was being attacked badly by some wild animal, luckily escaped from the death hole. Its body was eaten from one side and the flesh could be seen. The blood dripping out of its body was making it even more peculiar. It was walking normally, as it might have been tired of running away. And now just making its way through woods to some destination. But who knows what was the main mystery? The mystery closed with a deer when it left its mark on the trail cam and never appeared again. It might get better and healthier with time, or maybe it became the prey of another wild predator. It is still a mystery to be revealed. White curious creature. In Laguna's water park, something very strange happened. You see, there was a camera that recorded something very mysterious. It was a creature that looked like a circuit, like the wires you see in your toys, all tangled up. People who saw it were very surprised and amazed. They couldn't believe their eyes. The mysterious circuit-like creature with no known existence, but rather a cryptic figure lurking there in the water. This strange creature was swimming on the water's surface like a fish, but it didn't look like any fish we know. People were so curious to know what it was, they made documentaries to find out more and asked others for their opinions. Some thought it might be a unique animal, like one we've never seen before, while others wondered if it could be something even more mysterious, like a ghost. Everyone had different thoughts, and no one could figure it out. It left everyone with so many questions and made their minds very curious. So, they kept watching and trying to learn more about this mysterious creature in the water. Scary monster. Once there was a person exploring a dark cave and they had a camera with them. In that cave, everything felt spooky and strange. It was so dark that it sent shivers down their spine. While recording, they noticed something truly mysterious, a creature with glowing eyes. This creature was big with long, thin limbs, and it had a very creepy look about it. It seemed like it was trying to hide, but it couldn't resist looking at the camera curiously. It was as if it wanted to know what this strange device was. The whole video was filled with a sense of eerie mystery. And no one could quite figure out if this creature was real or not. It vanished whenever someone tried to get closer, leaving everyone in wonder and fear. The video of this strange otherworldly creature lurking in the cave remained a mystery. It was a puzzling sight, especially for those who like things to be simple and clear. Even though they tried to capture it, the creature always managed to slip away, leaving only questions and an unsettling feeling behind. Creepy zombie woods. In a spooky forest, the camera caught something really scary, strange, alien-like creatures that looked like zombies lurking among the trees. These creatures were once lifeless, but now they roamed the woods as mindless zombies, creating a terrifying scene that could send chills down your spine. The big question was whether these horrors were real or just a clever trick. Fear and uncertainty hung in the air as the mysterious puzzle remained unsolved in the dark forest. Haunted house with ghost presence. There was a spooky house where a special camera recorded something really eerie. It saw a ghost that looked like a nun, all dressed in white, standing at the end of a long hallway. This ghost had a super spooky look on her face, and she just stood there, staring. The camera kept on recording her, and it made the video even creepier. But guess what? The camera turned around and it saw another ghost. This ghost was super close to the camera and oh god, it was really scary. Its eyes were big, its teeth were all bloody, and its lips looked all torn up. This ghost stared right into the camera, and it gave off the scariest vibe ever. It was the scariest mystery ever held by the haunted house about these spirits. Maybe they were some normal human beings pretending to be a ghost, but it was not actually. We don't know where these ghosts came from or if they lived in the house, but they sure made the place even more spooky. So that's the story of the camera and the two spooky ghosts in the haunted house. A creepy skinwalker. What a surveillance camera perched by a lonesome road bore witness to a chilling enigma, the skinwalker. This ghastly sight sent shivers down the spines of those who beheld it. The creature emerged silently, its pale, emaciated form hauntingly distinct. Its gait, akin to a kangaroo, sent unsettling tremors through onlookers as it moved gracefully on all fours. It was unlike anything seen before, a goblin-like entity that embodied pure dread. Questions loomed like a menacing fog. From whence did it emerge, and why? The skinwalker remained an enigma, a spectral figure on that forsaken road. Its presence defied explanation, casting a pall of unease upon those who dared to gaze upon it. In the darkness, it wandered a sinister riddle wrapped in an eerie enigma, leaving only one chilling certainty: that some mysteries are best left unsolved, for they beckon horrors that defy reason, lurking just beyond the veil of the known, waiting for the brave or foolhardy souls who dare to peer into the abyss. Mysterious buck rescue. In the daytime, something mysterious happened deep within a calm forest. Two large bucks, their antlers tangled together like an old puzzle, were trapped in a strange, painful grip. It seemed like nature had played a cruel hand on them, and the world watched in silence. One of the bucks hung lifeless, partly eaten, hinting at a brutal encounter with a wild predator. Whispers in the forest suggested fierce battles had unfolded here. Perhaps a fierce bear had taken down the fallen deer, but the truth stayed hidden, a secret locked in the woods. The surviving buck, though alive, bore the marks of agony in its eyes. It struggled relentlessly, trying to break free from its antler prison. Each attempt sent shivers through its strong body. Its future was uncertain, hanging in the balance. As the forest mysteries thickened, a team of scientists entered the scene. They carried tools and determination, stepping into nature's grand theater. A menacing drill machine glistened in their hands, a symbol of humans intruding into the wild. With care and precision, one biologist began cutting the antlers of the fallen buck. It was a delicate act, a dance between life and death, survival and sacrifice. As the antlers fell away, the surviving buck sensed freedom approaching. The forest seemed to hold its breath, as if honoring this moment. After a long and challenging struggle, the buck was finally set free. With newfound freedom, it sprinted away into the woods, disappearing like a ghost in the wild.
He's loose now.
Biologists could only watch, filled with wonder and questions. The secrets of this secluded glade would forever remain a puzzle. The forest had offered a glimpse into its enigmatic heart, a reminder that life and death intertwined within its depths, concealed in mysteries beyond human understanding. Mystery of giant snake. The video showed that the small community was shocked when they found a snake skin as big as a truck. It was a strange sight, and rumors spread about a gigantic snake with a head the size of a softball. The confusion grew when local police discovered a massive snake near a beaver area, estimated to be 10 feet long. What made this even stranger was that no native snakes in the area were known to eat beavers. People in the community started calling this snake Wessie and believed it was a Burmese python that had once been someone's pet. But how it ended up in the wild there remained a mystery. Finding the shed snakeskin earlier only added to the mystery. Some thought it might have been placed there intentionally, raising questions about why someone would do that. Was it a prank, a trick, or something more sinister? The whole community became fascinated by Wessie. People from far away came to see the mysterious snake. There were reports of sightings, but it was hard to catch a glimpse of this enormous creature, making it even more mysterious. Local authorities tried to capture and move Wessie to a safer place because they were worried about the danger it posed to both animals and people. The story of Wessie, the giant snake with a strange appetite for beavers, became a symbol of mysteries that still exist even in today's world, showing that strange and unexplained things can still capture our imagination. Giant tortoises. Deep within a lush forest in a hidden spot that felt like it came straight from a fairy tale, something incredible happened. It was such a magical scene that even those who usually doubted the wonders of nature couldn't help but believe. Two enormous tortoises, unlike any you've seen, began a remarkable journey under the gentle touch of the sun. These tortoises were massive, with shells that seemed to carry the wisdom of ages. Every slow step they took displayed an extraordinary mix of patience and grace. The place looked like an abandoned garden deep in the woods, a quiet paradise where time took a break. There was a third tortoise just like them, moving at corner in silence. Their movements were calm, as if they had mastered the art of living life with peaceful composure. In the midst of this captivating show, caretakers as quiet as shadows watched over these amazing creatures with a combination of awe and respect. These people were lucky to witness something so rare, proving the beautiful connection between humans and nature. It remained a mystery how these incredible giants found this hidden place. Such creatures were usually spoken of like legends in whispers around campfires. Yet, here they were, their presence both astonishing and humbling. As the sun bathed the garden in its warm golden light, these extraordinary tortoises continued their leisurely journey, their large humps swaying gently with each step. In that enchanted forest, time felt like it stood still, and the world gazed in amazement, captured by the elegance of these extraordinary beings. Mysterious mermaid discovery. Long ago, there was a mysterious video that revealed a strange secret from ancient times. It spoke of a mermaid, a creature both revered and feared, found many, many years ago. People of that time thought this mermaid had magical powers that could cure even the worst sicknesses. They treated it like a god, a symbol of hope in a world filled with mysteries. But as time passed, the truth behind this mermaid started to unravel. It turned out to be a weird and eerie creation, like something from a nightmare. It seemed to be made up of different parts, a monkey's body crudely sewn into a fish's tail, and some even believed it had human hair and nails attached to it. This creepy mermaid, only about 12 inches long, was kept hidden away in a temple in Okayama Prefecture. It was like it was locked inside a secret box, away from anyone who wanted to know if it was real or just a strange tale. Scientists couldn't resist the mystery either. They used DNA tests to find out what this creature really was. The results were baffling because it looked like two creatures from Japanese stories. The amebis, mermaids with beaks instead of mouths and 3 tails, and the ningyos, fish-like beings with human heads. Once people used to pray to this mermaid, but now it sat forgotten in the shadows. Its true nature remained a puzzle, a mystery that echoed through time. The mermaid, once a deity, had become an enduring enigma, a testament to how the human imagination can create strange stories and leave behind a puzzle that time can't solve. Shadowy nightmare unfolds. On a chilling, moonless night, a camera captured a scene that would send shivers down anyone's spine. Inside a room, darkness clung to every corner, like a sinister presence suffocating any hint of light. The girl who sought refuge in her bed was unaware that a sinister force was at play. The door slowly swung open, as if guided by invisible hands, revealing a foreboding figure. A shadowy man's shadow, dark and ominous. With deliberate malice, the shadow slinked along the wall, its form twisted and nightmarish. Those who gazed upon it felt an icy dread grip their hearts, an unexplainable fear that froze their very souls. The girl lay oblivious, a mere puppet in this macabre theater. In a grotesque display, the shadow extended its intangible fingers, methodically pulling away the girl's protective blanket. The comforting shield tumbled to the floor with a muffled thud, leaving her exposed to the encroaching horror. Suddenly, the room descended into madness. The girl, helpless and entrapped in this surreal nightmare, was drawn towards the gaping doorway. No human hand guided her. It was an unnatural force, as if the very room hungered for her. Her desperate cries echoed through the darkness, a haunting chorus of anguish begging for salvation. Yet the door remained sealed, imprisoning her in its malevolent clutches. There was no escape, no relief, only an unfathomable abyss consuming her existence. In that cursed room, darkness conspired with an unseen evil, blurring the boundaries of reality. No witness dared to intervene, for this was a horror that defied all explanation, a malevolent enigma destined to haunt their dreams eternally. Eerie spectral encounter. In the darkness of night, a camera captured something truly unsettling at a spooky, unfinished building. A group of people moved around in secrecy, hidden in the shadows. Their footsteps sounded eerie, and as the camera recorded, it revealed something beyond belief. Suddenly, behind the group, an eerie figure appeared. It was a frightening, thin man with a face so scary, it looked like it came from a nightmare. The camera captured this terrifying sight, etching it into our memories forever. This ghostly figure was a complete mystery, lurking in the dark with no explanation. It seemed to defy all logic, like something from another world. This eerie presence in the heart of darkness left everyone frozen with fear. A strange entity that no one could fully understand. Who was this mysterious wanderer, and why was it there in that abandoned construction site? The answer remained hidden in the unknown, a riddle that might never be solved. The night was filled with secrets waiting for only the bravest to uncover. Mysterious bear attack scene. In a freezing, lonely place, the camera saw something that gave chills. It was a world covered in pure white snow, with an eerie light in the daytime, but beneath that beauty, something dark loomed. There were young cows walking quietly in the snow, their breath visible in the icy air. Their gentle steps were silent, creating an eerie calmness. It felt like nature itself was holding its breath, not wanting to disturb this strange moment. Then, a gigantic bear suddenly appeared on the edge of the scene. Its massive fur-covered body cast a scary shadow on the snowy landscape. The bear wasn't here for peace. It was on the hunt, driven by the need to survive in this harsh place. Panic erupted as the peaceful calves turned into messengers of fear. They ran desperately, but the bear was relentless, taking down the smaller calves with a brutal hunger. The camera captured the tragic sight of the surviving calves, their eyes filled with fear as they fled into the distance, leaving behind a gruesome scene. One injured calf left behind by the others struggled to stand, but couldn't. In this dark moment, when hope seemed far away, a larger protective calf appeared. It approached the wounded one, as if moved by a natural sense of care. In that brief, special moment between these animals, it was clear that nature, despite its cruelty, held the capacity for unexpected acts of kindness. This sad and beautiful scene in the harsh winter wilderness reminded us of the complex and powerful nature of the natural world.
An unusual friendship. What is more innocent and purer than the friendship between a human and an animal? It seems like there isn't any. A man gently opens his door to welcome his animal friend with a sweet and comforting voice, calling it Buddy.
Buddy.
To have an evening coffee or beverage at the door pavement with his doe-eyed deer friend. An adorable deer swiftly reacts, comes in the direction of the familiar voice, and enters the old manlit house where his human friend offers him a snack or two. The doe-eyed deer munches on the snack dearly, and this scene warms one's heart.
What's up, dude?
The purity of this scene is unmatched and unparalleled. Enigmatic encounter in forest. Who doesn't like to stroll in the morning, breathing in the fresh air? This type of exercise is best for relaxing one's mind and removing any negative thoughts. But during this peaceful stroll, suddenly, an eerie presence engulfs this moment of peace. This feeling was felt by an individual peacefully walking on a track surrounded by dense forest. This individual slowly pans out his camera towards the dense forest. This individual sees nothing but plants of different species portraying their colors. But as he shifts his camera in a particular space, at first, it appeared as a blackish shadow. But as the camera zoomed in, two eyes with a blackish hue stared back at it, making this phenomenal encounter a thrilling sight, enough to keep one awake for days. The wild lioness. In the stillness of the jungle, the hunter came with the thought to hunt an elk and mentally prepared himself for all the possible situations, but none prepared him for a sudden encounter with a savage beast. The camera recording began with the hunter getting shocked by the sudden entry of the lioness. He aimed his Glock 27 at the lioness, who was dangerously close to him.
Get back.
The moment the lioness takes one step more, the hunter shoots at it, and the lioness moves backward. The frightened man shot again to scare it out, and surprisingly, it worked because after the second shot, the lioness stared down at the hunter for a while, and then left in the opposite direction while the frightened man shakily lowered the gun. Giraffe meets a baby deer. In the enigmatic embrace of the savannah, a towering giraffe stood sturdy, with its majestic stature casting long shadows, its curious eyes fixated on a delicate sight, a fawn, its lean legs barely able to support its own weight, nestled amongst the bumpy surface of emerald foliage. The mother giraffe is confused by the height difference. It inspects the baby deer, sniffs it, and lowers its neck to wonder how this tiny being can coexist in the same frame as gigantic creatures like us. But as the vehicle approaches, the baby deer runs out of the vicinity of the giraffe. Silent watchers. Amidst the darkness, there lie untamed creatures that wander through the fields unannounced only to curse the species from the real world. In such darkness, a trail camera was set up in the bushes to record the eerie movements throughout the night. A cloak of vivid smog prevailed in front of the lens, adding more terror to an already haunted atmosphere. A minor disturbance soon turned into a major blow when something unknown tried to move the trail cam, and it tumbled down suddenly in an isolated forest. What possibly could have done that? A gust of wind or a horrid creature? Let us know in the comments. Yahoos. Most of you must have heard about the strange creatures called Yahoos mentioned in the Gulliver Travels, but who could have thought that these creatures would jump out of the fantasy world into our worldly realm? For instance, in this video, a small, human-like creature is seen hopping through the woods, cautious about its perilous surroundings. Having no similarity to human dwarfs, due to his distinct head and long pointed ears, this creature holds a distinct uniqueness. Draped in dried leaves, this eerie being paved its way in front of the camera, only to disappear in a swift second. However, this video isn't enough to provide a solid testament to its presence, as it could be an AI-generated animation. Jamaican mermaid. Do you believe in mermaids? If not, then this video will baffle you out of your wits as it captures one of the most wanted enchanted creatures of the fantasy world. It all began when two men were exploring through a river surrounded by thick mangroves in Jamaica. They were casually gossiping around, capturing the essence of nature, recording the glistening water of the river. And then something took them by surprise. A peculiar thing was hiding behind a giant rock, and as soon as they shifted their camera toward it took a sudden dive into the river. The camera kept recording these unusual movements through the shallow, and suddenly the creature plunged out of the river, revealing its lustrous hair. This incident terrified them to their core, and they ran away without having the proper footage of the Jamaican mermaid. Alligator ambush. Notorious for its lethal death rolls, a giant alligator was spotted by the authorities in some water park, wandering through the fields unattended. Two men were sent by the authorities to handle this savage beast. They tried to capture it by blindfolding his eyes using a white cloth. This scheme didn't go according to the plan, and the man who was all set to grab his tail from behind fell into the alligator's trap. The moment he tried to have hold of his tail, the alligator snapped at him, grabbed him by his shirt, and bit his hand. Though the grip was loose, the man managed to escape the wrath of this unruly beast. Skinwalkers. Imagine vlogging deep in the woods on a foggy day only to gain the attention of a vicious, spooky creature. The video began with a boy talking about an excellent hiding spot, or a base that he made with his cousin.
I just wanted to show you guys my cool base that I made a while ago with my cousin.
He mentioned all the things surrounding his base camp, the fencing and the unusual chair placements, not going to lie. The children seemed quite happy about his small hiding in the forest. Suddenly, while he was busy describing his base camp, he heard a strange sound. The camera quickly shifted towards the abandoned woods. At first, the boy thought it was some wild cow who lost his way, but within a few seconds, he was astonished to witness a white, slender creature running towards him at full speed. However, the boy managed to escape from this daring encounter.
Oh, frick!
Spooky entire in the hall. On a dark and quiet night, in a small, dimly lit hallway, something eerie unfolded. A person, just an ordinary resident of their own home, found themselves in the grip of a spine-tingling encounter. Their camera, perched silently on the wall, began to record a presence that defied explanation. From the shadowy recesses of the hallway, a mysterious creature emerged, taking on a spooky form that sent shivers down the spine. As the camera rolled, the hallway was inundated with a ghostly apparition. This spectral figure seemed to defy the laws of nature, hovering in the air without a trace of its feet touching the ground. Its otherworldly appearance left no doubt that this was not of this world, and it moved with a purpose, as if in search of something long lost in the depths of the night. The mystery deepened as the ghostly figure bore a striking resemblance to a resident of the house, further intensifying the terror that gripped the video's owner. Questions swirled in the air like restless spirits. Where had this ghostly presence come from, and what was its purpose? The hallway, once a place of familiarity and comfort, had transformed into a realm of inexplicable fear. The video captured not only the ghostly apparition, but also the sheer dread that had taken hold of the person who had unwittingly become an eyewitness to the supernatural. Man rescuing hog. The camera captured a remarkable moment when a man risked his life to save a pig trapped in a thick, oily pond. The poor pig was stuck and in grave danger of losing its life. Despite the perilous situation, the man acted with great care and caution as he attempted to rescue the helpless animal. He took many precautions to ensure his safety as he worked tirelessly to free the pig. With determination and bravery, he finally succeeded in rescuing the pig from its dire predicament. Once the pig was safe, it hurriedly trotted away. This video showcased a truly extraordinary and kind-hearted act. Despite the potential danger it posed to his job or personal safety, the man stated that if faced with a similar situation in the future, he would not hesitate to lend a helping hand to rescue any animal in need. In a world where kindness and compassion sometimes seem scarce, this man's selfless act reminds us of the goodness that exists in people's hearts, willing to go above and beyond to help those in distress, even when it means putting their own well-being at risk. Octopus-shaped animal caught. Once upon a time, in an antique littoral city, there was an unusual sight that left everyone in admiration. One sunny morning, as the townsfolk went about their diurnal routines, a peculiar critter suggesting an octopus surfaced from the ocean. It had a vibrant rainbow-colored body with long, graceful tentacles that moved with surprising dexterity on land. The townspeople, their curiosity piqued, gathered at the reinforcement to witness this inconceivable spectacle.
Here, could you move? I want to get a picture.
With each tentacle precisely navigating the asphalt, it inched its way forward, drawing gasps of amazement from the bystanders. As the octopus-shaped beast made its way, he gently dipped up the critter and, with the help of some townspeople, carried it safely back to the ocean.
Yeah, that one's got to be like...
The octopus gestured its tentacles in gratefulness and faded into the depths of the ocean. This extraordinary hassle left the townspeople with a newfound appreciation of the prodigies of the ocean, and a story to partake for generations to come.
Try to get him out the gate here, yeah.
Fearless baby versus anaconda. In an ordinary neighborhood where the curiosity of childhood prevails, a unique event unfolded, blurring the line between the known and the unknown. Children with their boundless curiosity often find fascination in unexpected places. In this unassuming neighborhood, an extraordinary encounter took place. Imagine a fearless baby girl, untouched by adult fears, fearlessly engaging with an anaconda, a creature that would terrify most. Their connection was beyond logic, leaving onlookers astonished. How did the anaconda end up on the street? What mysterious forces orchestrated this meeting? These questions lingered unanswered. This scene was an extraordinary display of the inexplicable, prompting contemplation of the mysteries of life and the strength of innocence in the face of danger. Chupacabra? Once upon a time in Texas near Amarillo Zoo, something really strange happened. Late at night, a mysterious creature like a werewolf was seen walking outside the zoo. It was not like any animal we know. It had big pointy ears and walked on two legs, just like a human. Its body was all covered in hair, making it look like a wild and weird beast. People couldn't figure out what it was. Some thought it might be a tiger or a cheetah, but it didn't look like any of them. Its presence outside the zoo was really strange, and nobody knew where it came from or why it was there. It was like a mystery that left everyone puzzled, and then, as mysteriously as it appeared, it vanished, and no one saw it again. This strange creature made the environment outside the zoo even more peculiar. People of all ages were talking about it. Old folks and young kids were all curious about what it could be. But in the end, it remained a big mystery. Where did it come from? Why was it there? These were questions that no one could answer. It was like a story from a fairy tale, but it was real. And even though it disappeared, the memory of the mysterious werewolf outside the zoo in Texas lingered on, leaving everyone with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Black bear attack on cam. In the heart of a remote estate Snoozled, deep in the rugged nature, a curious man had set up a trail camera to capture the secrets of the timber that unfolded under the moon's silent eye. Unknown to him, he was about to witness a chilly scrape between nature's animals. One disastrous night, as the stars painted the sky, the man's trail camera came to life with a flurry of exercise. The screen flicked to reveal a majestic ebony-furred black bear cropping from the night. The bear was a true abstract of nature, its enormous presence casting a laying shadow in the moonlight. As the camera rolled, the bear's address shifted from curiosity to aggression. Its cognizance leveled and a low face rolled from its throat. In the span of a many heart-pounding moments, the tranquil night converted into a battlefield. With a powerful jab, the bear attacked on the camera, leaving a jarring image of its ferocious eyes and scraping teeth before the screen went dark. The trail cam had captured the momentary moments of a chilly black bear attack, a memorial that nature, in all its beauty and power, could be both astonishing, stealing, and dangerous. Oh no, witch? In a remote area of Saudi Arabia on a quiet and dark night, a group of police officers had a rather unsettling encounter. As they were patrolling the deserted road, they suddenly spotted a figure that sent shivers down their spines. At first, they saw a woman dressed like a witch. She wore a long, flowing white dress, and her hair cascaded freely around her. This eerie sight in the dead of night left the officers on high alert, and they watched from the safety of their locked vehicle. The stark contrast between the witch's appearance and the pitch-black surroundings created a surreal and spine-tingling moment. With a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, the police officers remained watchful, unsure of what this mysterious encounter might bring. Cryptic nightmare, paranormal terror. In a dark, abandoned house, a camera came to life, recording a terrifying scene that sent shivers down the spine. Its lens revealed something unimaginable. As the camera zoomed in, a horrifying figure emerged from the shadows. climbing the creaky stairs with an eerie, twisted grace. It moved like a nightmare. Meanwhile, on a lonely, pitch-black road, a family found themselves swallowed by an unnatural silence that gnawed at their sanity. Then, the inexplicable occurred. The camera, their sole source of security, captured something beyond belief, but it was too late. The monstrous entity, once confined to the camera's frame, breached the bounds of reality, infiltrating their car. Fear took tangible form, and their terrified faces were illuminated by the screen's cold, flickering light, their screams echoing in terror. The recording documented their descent into madness, a dissonant symphony of pain and hopelessness. It was a nightmare that went beyond technology, etching itself into their very souls. No one could unravel the mystery of these unholy beings or discern their purpose in our world. They remained spectral enigmas born from darkness, concealed by the veil of the unknown. Ultimately, the camera provided no answers, only a chilling reminder that there exist realms beyond our understanding, lurking in the shadows, ready to shatter our fragile sense of security. The recording served as an eerie testament to the unimaginable horrors that lurk just beyond the edge of our reality. Dog on the road. On a cold winter day, a lone traveler was driving down a desolate road covered in a thick blanket of snow. The air was thick with secrecy, and the road stretched endlessly, winding through a mysterious landscape. As the traveler's car headlights cut through the darkness, they revealed a shadowy figure by the roadside. Intrigued by this eerie sight, the traveler pulled over, feeling a strange mix of fear and curiosity. There, under the pale moonlight, lay a creature that defied easy understanding. It looked like a dog, but it was unlike any dog the traveler had ever seen. This dog had fur the color of polished mahogany, but it was in a pitiable state. Its once strong body had wasted away to a skeletal frame, with its ribs jutting out like cryptic symbols etched onto its fragile form. The traveler, a kind-hearted person, couldn't bear to leave the mysterious creature alone in its sorry state. With great care, he picked up the dog and held it gently, as if it were a delicate treasure from another world. He wrapped the dog in a warm blanket and headed back home. As he drove through the biting cold, he couldn't help but wonder about the dog's unexplained presence in that desolate place. Upon reaching his destination, the man examined the dog. Strangely, there were no visible injuries or wounds on the dog's body. The mystery of how the dog came to be there and why it was in such a pitiful condition remained unanswered. Coyote attack on deer. Once upon a time, in the heart of a thick, dark wood, under the alert glare of the moon, a dramatic and thrilling scene unfolded. It was a chilly night, and the timber was alive with mysterious rustlings and soft whispers of the wind. In this creepy stillness, an empty runner slipped, its sharp eyes flashing with expectation. As the night boosted, the runner's keen senses caught a faint sound in the distance. It was a deer, a graceful beast, ignorant of the lurking peril. The runner's instincts protested, and it began to stalk its prey with utmost covertness. The deer, with its delicate hooves and gentle eyes, grazed peacefully, fully unconscious to the impending pitfall. The runner moved closer, its satiny body blending with the murk. It watched, muscles curled, ready to spring into action. Suddenly, with a burst of speed and nimbleness, the runner dived towards the unknowing deer. The timber resonated with the startled cry of the deer as it desperately tried to escape. The chase was on, a heart-pounding race through the moonlit timber. In this nightly battle of survival, the runner's determination and cunning were wrinkled against the deer's speed and dexterity. The aftermath hung in the balance, a testament to the protesting laws of nature in the mysterious world of the timber at night. Tiny wild piglets. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush timber, there was a quiet world filled with bitty phenomena. It was a place where the secrets of the wild unfolded beneath the vigilant eye of a trail camera. One sunny autumn, as the camera stood still in the midst of swaying ferns and towering trees, it captured a mesmerizing spectacle. A family of bitsy wild piglets surfaced from the green, their bitsy hooves making soft rustling sounds on the timber bottom. These piglets, slightly larger than a sprinkle, were the actual substance of lovable. Their furs were a mottled mixture of earthy browns and gentle pinks, blending seamlessly with the dappled sun that filtered through the leaves. With curious snouts, they explored their world, bedding around for delicious morsels and rolling in the cool slush. Each bone had its own personality, displaying a unique blend of mischief and caution. Their mom, a sturdy spot, kept a close eye on her hell-raising seed, guiding them through the timber and tutoring them the ways of the wild. Her vigilant presence was a memorial of the delicate balance of nature. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the trail camera continued to capture the alluring capers of these bitsy piglets. It was a magical eye into a world where the small and the wild thrived, and the timber brooded its continuing stories to those who wanted to hear. Strange creatures caught on cam. Once upon a moonlit night in the heart of a thick, shadowy wood, there stood a trail camera, quietly watching over the secrets of the forest land. This camera, a curious gadget, was set up to capture the quiet miracles of nature. Little did it know that it was about to record a commodity that would shoot jitters down the backbones of anyone who dared to prove it. As the night wore on, the creepy silence was broken by a strange rustling. Out of the darkness, critters arose unlike any that had ever been seen ahead. Their eyes, glowing like fiery embers in the night, pierced through the wraps of darkness. They moved with an unnatural grace, their movements fluid and unsettling. These critters were neither beast nor man. Their branches were stretched, their skin a sickly pale cast. They sounded to communicate in hushed whispers that transferred jitters through the genuine trees themselves. The trail camera captured their every move, each frame more unsettling than the last. The videotape of these disturbing, creepy, and strange critters with their glowing eyes would ever remain etched in the memory of those who stumbled upon it, a chilling memorial that in the depths of nature, puzzles and demons beyond imagination may lurk. A giant wolf. In the heart of the sprawling forest land where the trees stood high and proud, an epic spectacle unfolded on a bright and sunny day. The timber was alive with the chittering of booze and the rustling of leaves, but an unforeseen drop-in had just made its entrance, a colossal wolf, unlike any other. This giant wolf, with fur as dark as night, surfaced from the dark with an acute aggressiveness. Its muscles splashed under its satiny fleece as it prowled through the green. The sun shafts reflected off its important frame, creating an admiration, inspiring sight that transferred and shook down the backbone of any critter hard. But what drew the attention of all, both critters big and small, was the sight of a lone doggy standing at the edge of a clearing. This doggy, a faithful companion to a mortal, was small in comparison to the giant wolf. Yet it held its ground with a frippery that couldn't be denied. As the pressure in the timber thickened, the giant wolf suddenly dashed toward the doggy, its eyes burning with determination. The world sounded to hold its breath as the two doggies closed the distance between them, and the wood bore proof to a clash of majestic ends. Abandoned bunkers. Once upon a time, in a forgotten corner of the world, there lay a place shrouded in closed books and darkness. It was a desolate land where grown vines and rusting iron brooded secrets of a time long gone in. In this abandoned place, hidden amongst the involved green, were the remnants of what was formerly a frightening military fort.
We are going to see inside of this bunker? Holy cow.
These creepy abandoned basements, like ancient guards, stood as silent evidence of a defunct period of strife and conflict. As I ventured deeper into this creepy geography, a bite ran down my chin. The holds impeded like forbidding titans, their concrete walls bearing scars of battles fought in murk. Broken windows goggled like depressed eyes, and decaying walls rumored tales of troopers who had formerly sought retreat within. Inside, the darkness sounded to stretch on ever, broken only by faint shafts of light filtering through cracks in the ceiling. The air was heavy with the scent of humidity and decay. I could not help but wonder about the lives that had formerly filled these walls with purpose and community. As I explored further, my steps echoing in the silence, I could not shake the feeling that I wasn't alone.
Oi, look at that serious bit of,
It was as if the ghosts of history were still delayed, guarding their secrets in this creepy abandoned world. A pixie caught on cam. In a lush jungle deep and mysterious, there lived a curious man. Armed with his safe camera, he ventured into the heart of nature one sunny morning. As he wandered through the thick leafage, he stumbled upon something truly magical. A bitsy hobgoblin, no higher than his hand, with candy floss bodies that lustered like rainbows. Mesmerized, he sluggishly raised his camera, landing the hobgoblin's transistor cotillion of delight. In that entranced moment, he knew he would set up a treasure, a secret of the timber that the world had no way seen. With a smile, he held the captured wonder close to his heart.
And it's this.
Real fairy caught on cam. One alluring night, right in front of my humble home, an extraordinary commodity unfolded. I had always heard tales of mystical brutes, but was in no way allowed. As the time place ticked towards night, my security camera captured a remarkable sight. There, illuminated by the soft gleam of the moon, was a real puck. Its delicate body's luster, and it danced gracefully in the moonlight. It sounded to sprinkle a hint of magic around my theater, causing flowers to bloom and fireflies to gather. Mesmerized, I watched the puck for many precious moments before it dissolved into the night. It was a moment of pure wonder, a magical secret participated only with the night itself. A scary apartment. In a beloved apartment, a mysterious scene unfolded before the camera's lens. A spectral figure, a young girl, played badminton alone, her opponent unseen. The shuttlecock moved as if by invisible hands. The room filled with an eerie presence, transforming the familiar into the foreboding. Questions arose. Who was the girl? Was she real or a phantom from another realm? The enigma deepened as her actions defied explanation. The apartment became a stage for the uncanny, blurring the line between the ordinary and the paranormal. This chilling spectacle left behind an enduring mystery, a testament to forces beyond our understanding. Mysterious Tamil Nadu anaconda. As the evening settled over Tamil Nadu, a camera captured a scene that sent chills through anyone who saw it. Out in the vast fields, illuminated by the soft twilight, a gigantic anaconda emerged, wrapped in shadows and secrets. This anaconda was unlike any other, moving with an unsettling grace that hinted at its malevolence. The air thickened with fear as it slithered through the fields, leaving a trail of astonishment in its wake. This was no ordinary snake. It was a symbol of mystery and dread. The anaconda itself was a creature of darkness, as if plucked from the deepest corners of our imagination. Its scales as black as midnight, glistening with an unearthly gleam, and its unblinking eyes seemed to guard ancient secrets. Among the gathered crowd, whispers spread like wildfire. How had this colossal beast found its way into their peaceful land, and what was its purpose? No one could make sense of this menacing visitor, and the uncertainty hung over them like a heavy fog. As it continued its eerie journey, the anaconda moved in a zigzag pattern, a mysterious dance that left onlookers spellbound, unable to look away. Each sinuous twist and turn only added to the puzzle, deepening the enigma and freezing hearts with fear. The people of Tamil Nadu were left with more questions than answers that evening. The presence of this enormous anaconda would forever be etched in their memories, a twilight riddle that defied explanation. It served as a stark reminder that our world is still full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. And sometimes, the most profound mysteries emerge when the sun sets and darkness blankets the land.
வேண்டாம் விட்டுருங்க வேண்டாம்
Mysterious python swallows pet. On a bright day with a strong sun, a hidden camera saw something strange in a regular home. It was a surprise. A loud cry came and it made the day not peaceful. It called some people to come and help, but they were like ghosts hiding. They found something very strange. A big snake had eaten a small cat. The people in the house were very sad and crying a lot. But the helpers were not scared. They went to the snake, feeling afraid inside. They talked to the snake and asked it to let the cat go. The snake did something strange. It spits out the cat. It looked like the cat came out of the snake's mouth like magic. It was a very strange thing to see, like a dance between a hunter and something he was hunting. It was not normal at all. The cat was not dead, which was a surprise. The family was happy and sad at the same time. They didn't know how the snake ate the whole cat. They had many questions in their minds. They tried to go back to their regular life, but they couldn't forget what happened. They wanted to know more about the strange day and what secrets it held. Mysterious zombie deer encounter. In a vast empty land covered in a strange icy blanket, a camera caught something truly puzzling.
And she's sitting in the same spot she was.
Everything was hidden under a bright layer of snow, and the air felt heavy with secrets. A lone person, the one holding the camera, walked carefully. His steps were the only sound whispering through the eerie silence in this frozen wasteland. As he went farther, his breath formed frosty clouds in the icy air. Then, as if drawn by an invisible hand, he suddenly stopped. His eyes were fixed on something that made no sense. There, in the middle of the frozen plain, sat a deer, unmoving, trapped in the ice. A grim scene of nature's cruelty. Its eyes, once full of life, now looked empty, and its body twisted in a disturbing way. Shaking, the person zoomed in with the camera, and the truth became clear.
Pretty sad situation here.
This wasn't any ordinary deer. It was a nightmarish creature, a sign of the strange and eerie. Questions swirled in the person's mind. What kind of dark force had cursed this deer? Was it a victim of some unholy change stuck in this icy prison? Or did the winter itself give birth to this horror? The answer stayed hidden beneath layers of ice and mystery. As he continued to record, the unsettling scene grew even more mysterious. The riddle of the zombie deer, where it came from and why it was here in this desolate place, remained unsolved. The camera captured a glimpse of the unknown, a peek into the strange shadows lurking at the edge of our understanding.
Yep. Frozen solid.
Halloween nightmares. Let us dive back into spooky roadside incidents where spirits haunt you out of your wits and fear grabs you by your collar, leaving you in inexplicable situations. One such roadside incident occurred when a man was driving through a quiet road in the dark, and upon driving he was met by an eerie creature on the side of it. To our astonishment, a very visible man came out of nowhere. He had the body of a man, but his face seemed distorted or burnt. In general, he had a very scary appearance, and trust me guys, this wasn't the only thing spooky about him. As soon as the driver moved past him, he started following the car almost like a cursed spirit. However, this can also be a Halloween prank. What do you guys think? Night falls. Night, a time brimmed with starry sky and dreamy world, but at the same time, it's full of terrors, a breeding time for savage creatures, an awakening of creepy spirits that circles throughout the sphere. Such a spooky creature was caught in the backyard of a house where two lads were having drinks and conversing casually, but suddenly one of them noticed a strange presence. An enigmatic creature raised from the darkness with its vast, slender, bony legs that could easily cover more than a meter per step. As soon as this creature came into clear sight, the two individuals sprung out of their chair, throwing their beer in utter terror and fright. However, this inhumane creature didn't care about the sudden outburst and sprinted away from them. Eyes of the unknown. In the wilderness of an abandoned forest, a young man set out on an adventurous journey to explore the mystique nature of the enchanted jungle. Within a few seconds, he was captivated by an enthralling animal. As the camera focused onto that creature, it became still moment in a relatively sparse forest. At first glance, it appeared like an animal was protruding from the fallen log, but as it zoomed in, it seemed like a whitewashed skull with holes dogged in it. These holes appear to be black orbs of something entirely inhumane, looking dead straight into the camera. This video raised speculations about the credibility of such mystique creatures in our natural world. Bigfoot's menace. Mythical creatures are usually imagined as symbols, guardians, and breathtaking figures in folklore. But among this visual splendor, there are other creatures so hideous and horrific that one wants to run away as far as possible. In the dimly lit security footage, an astonishing and creepy scene unfolds, where a figure in the rear view resembling the legendary Bigfoot can be seen throwing a heavy rock onto the nearby skunk, probably unaware of the terrific presence near him. The stone arcs through the air, narrowly missing its target. Startled by the sudden attack, the skunk darts away quickly. The footage captures a truly extraordinary moment, offering a horrific glimpse of such a creature. The forest secret. In a quiet and peaceful forest, far down from the noise and rush of people, a secret problem was affecting the safety of some hens living there. Being dangerous was sneaking in the dark, putting the hens at danger. The forest had always been a safe place for these birds, but one by one they were fading without anyone knowing why. To fence the hens, someone who looked out about them decided to take action. They set up a clever trap in the resort of catching the mysterious beast responsible for the hens' losses. They placed delicious grains and seeds inside the trap to attract the unknown violator. To catch this mysterious troublemaker in the act, the smart person initiated small alert cameras each around the forest. These little cameras were ready to record any wrongdoing by the offender. The forest now turned into a platform, with the trap and cameras acting as tools to bring justice. The charge to cover the hens had begun, and the entire forest was eager to break the enigma that had been bothering it. Tara's wildlife. Once upon a time, in a wild and lush forest, there lived an animal named Tara. Tara was a furry and nimble beast with a long tail. Tara was a true forest discoverer. With sharp claws and keen senses, it could climb trees and run through the green with ease. Tara's life in the wildlife was full of adventures. It would hunt for delicious treats like rodents and fruits, always on the lookout for an appetizing mess. Occasionally, it would indeed swim in the clear canals to catch fish. Tara had a family too. They would play together, chase each other through the trees, and educate the immature Taras the ways of the forest. Their home was a cozy den hidden amidst the trees, safe from utmost wolves. Tara's wildlife world was a thrilling and beautiful place, full of surprises, where it thrived as a clever and curious animal, a true master of the forest. The mysterious encounter. Once upon a time, there was a man who decided to set up a special camera deep in the quiet, mysterious forest. His plan was to capture movie of the wild creatures that wandered the forest, hoping to see being amazing. The first picture he took flashed a beautiful deer, its gentle eyes looking right at the camera. The man was thrilled with his first shot, allowing he'd succeeded in his operation. But when he checked the other picture, his excitement turned to fear. Rather of a wild creature, the photograph revealed being creepy and unsettling. It looked like a creepy, shadowy figure of a man, or perhaps indeed a police officer wandering in the timber. The man could not believe his eyes, and a tremble ran down his spine. The forest, once a place of wonder, now held a secret that transferred chills down his spine, and he knew he'd stumbled upon being far more mysterious than he ever imagined. The mysterious white ball. One dark and quiet night, a trail camera placed in front of a house managed to catch existent truly mysterious. The camera's lens captured a strange, glowing white ball floating through the night sky. It moved with a creepy grace, nearly like a ghostly sphere. The sight was both alluring and puzzling, leaving the curious homeowner and anyone who saw the footage wondering about its origin and purpose. As the footage played out, it appeared as though the spiritual ball was on its own secret trip, gliding through the air in a way that defied explanation. The night's blanket added an air of secret, making it look truly more paranormal. Could it have been a slapdash balloon, a rare natural miracle, or being beyond our understanding? The enigmatic ball's appearance left the spectators with a sense of wonder and a touch of confusion as they pondered the secrets of the night sky. The nightly search for Mothman. On a dark and spooky night, a group of courageous investigators set out on a thrilling adventure to find the mysterious beast known as Mothman. Armed with flashlights and a sense of curiosity, they ventured into the creepy forest, guided only by the faint light of the moon. As they shoveled deeper into the dark, their hearts pounded with both excitement and fear. Every rustling flake and hooting owl transferred shakes down their spines, but their determination held them concerned. They participated tales of Mothman's creepy scrapes, which only fueled their search. Yet the slippery Mothman remained one step ahead, playing a clever game of hide and seek. The investigators chased after flashcasts and creepy sounds, but each time, Mothman sounded to disappear into the night.
What was that? I heard something. What was that? I heard something.
The night's adventure, full of expectation and suspension, left the investigators with a deeper puzzle to break, realizing that some secrets are best left to the imagination, hidden in the deep discipline of the night.
You're lighting it up like 4th of July. Right.
Cryptic video unveiling horror. In this video, something really creepy happened. The camera didn't capture it clearly, but it looked like a scary creature lurking in the darkness. It seemed kind of human-like, but it was so dark you couldn't see its face properly. What made it even scarier were the terrifying sounds it made. These sounds were like something out of a nightmare, sending shivers down anyone's spine who heard them. The whole scene was just filled with this overwhelming feeling of fear. It felt like it was slowly driving people crazy, making them question what was real. Every time that creature made a noise, it was like a nail in the coffin of their sanity. But the scariest part? No one had a clue about what this creature was, where it came from, or what it wanted. It was a total mystery, and that made it even more horrifying. The fear of the unknown was consuming everyone who watched the video. At that moment, the viewers were trapped in a nightmare with no way out. They were left with unsettling questions that had no answers, and the terror in that video seemed to have a life of its own, waiting to haunt anyone who dared to look into its abyss. Eerie spectral cat mystery. In the spooky Norton Hall, a strange and frightening story unfolds. Old people living there got caught up in a weird cat mystery. Or so they thought. The people taking care of them, like silent protectors of the place, whispered about hearing the cat's eerie purring in the dimly lit hallways. Days turned into endless nights as they tried to catch this tricky cat, but they couldn't catch it, no matter how hard they tried. Their frustration and fear mixed together, making them feel really scared. So they decided to use modern technology and put a laptop with a camera in the hallway. Under the strange light of the moon, their screen showed something terrifying. The next day, the caretakers were shocked when they saw the laptop's recordings. There wasn't a real cat in those halls. Instead, they saw a ghostly cat, a strange and see-through form that was like a spooky version of a real cat. People talked about a woman who lived in Norton Hall and loved cats a lot. On the same night, they saw the ghostly cat. She passed away and left this world forever. After her death, the mysterious cat's sound stopped, as if her soul had become one with the ghostly cat. Even today, the secrets of Norton Hall remain hidden in the darkness. The true reason for the ghostly cat and where it came from is still a mystery. The cat's purring that once filled the air has disappeared, leaving behind only fear and questions. In the quiet whispers of the night, the mystery continues, and the ghostly cat's presence still haunts the memories of those who ventured into Norton Hall's spooky corridors. Mysterious crawling man in forest. Deep within the mysterious woods where ancient trees guarded hidden secrets, a trail camera captured something eerie. Instead of an animal, it revealed a man crawling in a way that made everyone uneasy. People couldn't make sense of it. Some thought the man had lost his mind, chased by invisible demons that only he could see. Others believed he sought solace among the trees, thinking that crawling could ease his troubled soul. The truth, however, remained hidden, a puzzle whispered among the leaves. No one knew how this solitary figure ended up in the heart of the woods. The trees, like silent sentinels, kept their knowledge locked away. The forest, bathed in the camera's eerie light, became a place of contradictions, beautiful yet unsettling, serene yet eerie. The man's strange journey left no clues, no hints to understand his purpose. It was a baffling mystery, a dance with the unknown in the darkness, where the line between what's known and what's mysteriously blurred. The forest guarded its secrets fiercely. It was as if nature itself challenged the world to uncover the truth about the crawling man. This scene stayed with those who saw it, a chilling reminder of the countless mysteries concealed within nature's heart. Cryptic forest horror. The camera captured a really scary scene. A brave hiker recorded a video in an old forest, and it showed something terrifying. Beyond a calm lake in the dark woods, there was a creature that looked ghostly white. It moved strangely like a zombie, sending chills down your spine. Its steps were like echoes of death itself, giving anyone who saw it a deep sense of fear. The video continued, and the eerie creature went into a dark cave, disappearing completely. This left everyone who watched it in shock. No one knew what that creature was or why it was there. People in the hikers community started talking about strange encounters and ancient curses. This mysterious creature left a lasting mark on their minds, and they were left with so many questions. They wondered what kind of dark power brought this creature from the depths of the forest, and what sinister purpose it had. Fear hung heavy over them, making it hard for anyone to think about anything else. The forest held a terrifying secret, and it seemed like the more they tried to understand it, the more they were pulled into its chilling mystery. Eerie forest horror scene. Deep within a lonely forest where dark shadows played wicked games, a trail camera saw something so eerie that it would scare even the bravest people. The night swallowed the woods in a thick black cloak of evil, and the air itself shivered with terrifying noises. These weren't gentle whispers of the breeze or the calls of creatures of the night. They were dreadful, bone-chilling sounds. Each noise felt like a gruesome tune, a creepy choir that could make even the toughest hearts quiver. Your skin would prickle, and it was as if icy fingers were tracing your spine when these spooky sounds surrounded you. As the eerie noises grew louder, a strange rustling disturbed the bushes. It seemed like the very forest was waking up, moving with wicked intentions. Branches broke, leaves crumbled, and fear became more real with every passing second. And then, in a heart-stopping moment, a horrifying figure emerged from the shadows. It was a creature of nightmares, its eyes glinting with evil, its shape twisted and monstrous. Was it some ghostly being or a monster born from the depths of the woods? Nobody dared to guess, for fear had silenced anyone who saw this monstrous sight. In that dreadful time where darkness and terror merged, the trail camera had captured a peek into a world that reason couldn't explain. It was proof that beyond what we know in the heart of the forest where shadows reign, unimaginable horrors lurk for those who seek the truth. Cryptic nightmare in New Mexico. In the heart of New Mexico, a spooky story unfolded under the cover of a moonless night. A camera, like a silent watcher, recorded a scene that sent chills down spines, revealing eerie secrets to anyone who saw it. Out of the deep darkness, a mysterious figure appeared. She seemed like a ghost, a bearer of doom, her face hidden by the night. With an eerie purpose, she tried to open a locked door using different keys. Each key's metallic sound echoed in the dark, filling the air with an unsettling presence. But the door remained locked, like an impenetrable fortress guarding its mysteries. This strange woman, marked by an unsettling wound on her nose, sent shivers through the homeowner, who claimed not to know her. Minutes felt like hours as she persisted in her sinister task. Then, abruptly, she vanished into the darkness, leaving her unholy mission unaccomplished. But the darkness held a grudge. The homeowner's peace was shattered as malevolent stones rained upon his home, as if the very abyss sought revenge. As days passed, the spectral woman faded like a haunted memory, leaving behind unanswered questions. Who was she? What dark secrets are hidden behind her mysterious eyes? New Mexico's secrets remain buried in the shadows of that eerie night, leaving those who wandered forever haunted by the unknown. Bull breaks legs. On a sunny day, a video showcased a breathtaking scene starring a powerful black bull. People eagerly watched as this mighty creature defied gravity. Leaping from a great height toward the hard ground. A bone-chilling snap echoed as the bull's legs crumpled beneath it. The gasps of the onlookers mixed with suspense, creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Silence replaced gasps, a combination of shock and amazement that touched the hearts of those present. In the backdrop of a charming Spanish town with its quaint houses, the paradoxical moment unfolded. The wounded bull, once fierce, now moved with painful slowness. Each step betrayed its unyielding spirit and the haunting echoes of its pain. What held everyone's gaze, though, were the other bulls. They stood majestically, watching the wounded bull with solemn curiosity. Time seemed to slow within that sunlit arena, enveloping the scene in a mysterious aura. The bull, with broken legs far from its former bravado, became a symbol of vulnerability and resilience. In its suffering, it held a strange, almost tragic beauty, reminding all that even the mightiest can be humbled by fate. As the day faded and shadows grew, the wounded bull continued its painful journey, captivating all who saw it. Amidst the celebrations and age-old traditions, this unexpected display of vulnerability left an indelible mark, revealing the complex emotions that connect humanity and the creatures it celebrates and challenges in the grand drama of life. Mysterious nightly savior ghost. At the worst moment, when the girl was about to be hit by a car, this shadowy figure reached out. On a dark night, under the black sky, something strange happened in front of a camera. The streets were only lit by dim lampposts, making eerie shadows on the road. In the middle of this eerie scene, there was a little girl, an unexpected sight in this desolate place. This road, which used to be a normal path, had become a dangerous place. Cars with bright headlights moved like predators, growling in the silence of the night. Spooky trees lined the road, their twisted branches almost like bony hands, as if they were trying to pull the girl towards a mysterious destiny. The girl took a step onto the road, and the noise of the approaching cars grew louder and scarier. Then, out of nowhere, a figure appeared. It was a man, but not really. He seemed like a shadow, as if he came from the darkness itself. He showed up silently, chilling the air around him, and saved her. It happened so fast, as if the rules of reality didn't apply to him. Suddenly, they were both on the side of the road, the girl shaken but unhurt. And just like that, the mysterious figure vanished into the night, leaving everyone with questions. Who was this shadowy man? How did he have such strange powers? The road, once a simple path, had turned into a place of mystery. It was a riddle without answers, a strange secret in the dark where the line between the living and the unknown blurred. Mysterious animal. Once upon a time, in a quiet and remote timber, there was an abnormal animal. At first regard, it might have sounded like a doggy, but a near look revealed being different altogether. This mysterious being, covered in shaggy fur, moved quietly through the green and trees, weaving its way like a shadow. The animal had large, suggestive eyes that lustered with curiosity, and its tail, unlike a doggy's, was long and bushy, swaying gracefully with each step. Its observance perked up at the minimum sound, always alert to the secrets of the timber. As it ventured deeper into the forestland, the critter's movements took on a graceful, formal, such-like quality. It jumped over fallen branches and glided through the high ground, blending seamlessly with the natural world around it. Its every step was poetry and stir, a silent symphony of grace and dexterity. But what truly set this animal asunder from a common doggy was its connection with the timber itself. It sounded to understand the language of the trees and the whispers of the leaves. It moved with similar harmony that it was as if the very spirit of the wood had taken form in this mysterious being. A sunk ape sighting. Once upon a time, on a quiet and peaceful farmstead nestled deep in the heart of a thick wood, being extraordinary occurred. One sunny morning, as the hoots chittered and the leaves rustled in the gentle breath, being strange stirred in the forestland. A skunk aper, a mysterious critter known only from stories, surfaced from the dark. With its shaggy dark fur and hulking figure, it moved cautiously but gracefully through the ranch. The camera prisoner, the beauty of ranch's wildlife, caught this astonishing sight. The skunk ham's movements were a mesmerizing mix of covert and power. Its enormous bases left deep imprints in the soft earth, and its long arms swung gracefully as it walked. As the footage spread through the community, excitement and wonder filled the air. People marveled at the skunk aper's fugitive appearance, amazed that such an animal could live in their peaceful corner of the world. The videotape of the skunk aper's visit came as cherished tale, passed down through generations, reminding everyone that the mystifications of the natural world could still surprise and delight, indeed in the quietest of places. And so, the ranch continued to be a place where nature's miracles no way stopped to astound. The Chupacabra's Midnight Feast. Once upon a moonless night, a nipping event unfolded. The air was thick with riddles as the darkness sounded to devour everything in its path. A lone, alarmed critter kept quietly through the green, its heart pounding like a barrel in the silence. This animal, a small furry beast, was the unwitting prey of a fearsome bloodsucker known as the Chupacabra. The Chupacabra was a legend, rumored among the creatures of the timber, a critter that struck fear into the hearts of all who crossed its path. As the small beast cringed in the darkness, it heard a faint rustling in the darkness. Suddenly, a brace of glowing red eyes pierced through the blackness, and a horrifying figure came up. The Chupacabra, with its scaled skin and sharp, bloody fangs, moved stealthily toward its prey. The small beast quivered as the Chupacabra pounced, and a detailed, horrible struggle replaced. In the creepy silence of the dark place, the Chupacabra claimed its mess, leaving nothing but a haunting memory of the hassle. The night remained shrouded in darkness, and the legend of the Chupacabra lived on, a dreadful tale brooded among the critters of the wood, a memorial of the grim, determined cycle of life and death in the wild. Mermaid mystery unsolved. One bright day, a strange event occurred beneath the vast blue ocean. A vigilant drone camera unveiled an extraordinary mystery that challenged our understanding. The drone's watchful lens captured a mysterious sight, a mermaid shimmering like liquid silver in her watery realm. Her graceful movements defied the laws of nature as she glided through the crystal-clear waters with an otherworldly elegance. It was an incredibly rare occurrence, defying all logic, to witness a mermaid in the pristine embrace of the ocean. As the camera moved, jagged rocks emerged from the ocean's depths, casting eerie, serpentine shadows. The mermaid, like a sea siren, playfully swam among these enigmatic stones, her haunting song resonating in the drone's microphone. It was as though the very elements had conspired to create an enigmatic performance, where nature's secrets whispered to the unspoken. What had led her to step out of folklore and into our reality? Was she a guardian of hidden treasures, a living relic from a forgotten era? or a messenger from a world shrouded in the mists of time. The ocean embraced her with a gentle touch, its waves showing reverence for her presence. Yet the deepest mystery remained unsolved. Who was she, this aquatic enigma? What was her purpose, and what stories were concealed within her enigmatic heart? The drone, its power dwindling, could do nothing but witness this spectral encounter. As the mermaid gradually faded into the azure depths of the ocean, she left behind a trail of unanswered riddles, haunting and enigmatic. The world would persist in its relentless quest for understanding, but it appeared that certain mysteries were destined to remain hidden, forever entwined in the secrets of the deep. Predator pursuit. In this gripping video, nature's ruthless cycle unfolds as a cunning lion hunts a group of unsuspecting deer. Hidden between trees and terrain, the patient predator surveils its prey, biding its time for the perfect moment to strike. Eventually, a solitary deer separates from the safety of its herd, unknowingly triggering the lion's lethal assault. This footage showcases the predator's calculated tactics and raw power, offering a stark glimpse into the unrelenting struggle for survival in the wild, a poignant reminder of nature's harsh reality. Kidnapper caught on camera. In a frightening incident in Arcadia, California, a man got arrested after a chilling video emerged. The video, captured by a neighbor's doorbell camera just before midnight on Monday, shows a terrifying scene. The man, known to be the woman's ex-partner, supposedly abducted her and pulled her down the street by her hair. In the video, we can see the woman desperately trying to find safety at a neighbor's house, banging on the door for help. Her cries went unanswered as her partner forcefully intervened, taking her away, leaving behind a haunting memory of the alarming incident. Creepy and strange being. In the heart of the thick, ancient forest land, there exists a place where the covering between our world and the mysterious unknown seems to waver. It's a spot rumored about in hushed tones by locals, a place where strange circumstances aren't unusual. Deep within these forest lands, a solitary trail camera captured a scene that transferred jitters down the backbones of all who gaped upon it. The footage revealed a moonless night, the timber bathed in a creepy, unearthly gleam. From the dark surfaced a figure, an ethereal being with a shimmering, nearly translucent form. Its eyes lustered with an unsettling, nearly sleepy light. Strange symbols and characters unknown to mortal eyes adorned its ghostly body. What made it all the more unsettling was the unforeseen, nearly ritualistic formality it performed, as if communicating with being unseen. The tree swayed in response, their branches forming intricate patterns as if under a spell. Also, as rapidly as it had appeared, the specter faded back into the dark, leaving only a haunting, mystifying riddle that still haunts the dreams of those who watch the footage, ever casting a chilly air of the unknown over that ancient timber. Cryptic night, eerie encounter. In a spooky video, something really scary happened. A lone policeman was driving late at night, thinking everything was normal. But then, in the darkness, something terrifying occurred. Out of nowhere, a ghostly woman appeared in the middle of the road. She was surrounded by an eerie, unnatural glow from a fire that seemed evil. The flames danced in a creepy way, casting eerie shadows all around.
What? What the f is this?
This mysterious woman, a true embodiment of fear, stood there, looking out of place in the darkness. Her clothes were torn and eerie, moving strangely in the wind. And then, she did weird things with her hands, like some kind of strange ritual that made no sense. And those strange gestures, it felt like the line between what's real and what's a nightmare blurred. It was as if the very world reacted to her strange actions. Was she from a spooky world, calling up ancient scary things? Or maybe she was a witch, doing strange spells in the dead of the night. When the patrol car's bright headlights shone on her, we still didn't know the answer. In that spooky night, fear and curiosity mixed, leaving us with one unsettling question. What terrible secrets hid behind her mysterious appearance, and what dark purpose brought her to that desolate road, wrapped in unspeakable horrors? Mysterious creature. In broad daylight, under the blazing sun, a camera captured something truly puzzling. It was a creature that looked like a dog, but it carried an air of mystery. This creature sprinted across the sunlit fields, resembling a loyal dog, but harboring secrets beyond the ordinary. The curious camera clicked away, documenting this strange daytime occurrence for those brave enough to explore the unknown. This creature, resembling a dog, left people baffled. It seemed as though it came from a world beyond our understanding, a mysterious being moving through our everyday world. Some in the community whispered about chupacabras, legendary creatures said to suck the blood of goats in the Americas. They were described as small bears with spines on their backs, lurking in the darkness to feast on innocent goats. However, doubt clouded these stories. Some skeptics believe this enigmatic creature might be a simple coyote suffering from mange, a painful skin disease that stripped it of its fur. This illness turned into a ghostly figure, a shadow of its former self. The mystery surrounding this creature persisted, refusing to fade away. As the tale of this perplexing creature unfolded, it captured the imagination of the townspeople. Was it a sign of something supernatural, or just a creature enduring nature's harshness? A clear answer remained out of reach, and the camera's pictures only made the mystery more complex. This mysterious being remained elusive, a riddle that beckoned to be solved but resisted all efforts. In the bright light of day, it continued to roam, leaving its shadowy presence across the fields, a testament to the enduring fascination of the unknown. Mysterious sky figure's enigma. On a quiet evening, a camera caught something strange. When the camera took a picture, a sudden gust of wind stirred the air in the distance. At that very moment, the lens captured something mysterious descending from the sky.
Is that Jesus Christ? Please, oh Father God.
It looked like a person, but was hidden in a strange ghostly haze. The person holding the camera, perched on their rooftop, couldn't believe what they were seeing. Could this be a divine sighting? They whispered the name Jesus, and the air seemed to fill with a sense of reverence and wonder. However, understanding what they had witnessed remained a mystery. Some skeptics thought it might be a bunch of balloons, a trick of the eye. But no balloons were found nearby, leaving everyone puzzled. Then, just as mysteriously as it appeared, the figure vanished into the evening sky, leaving everyone wondering if it had all been a fleeting glimpse of something extraordinary. The intrigue deepened when reports came in of a similar sighting far away. Another photograph showed a figure in the sky, perhaps a man or maybe something otherworldly. But the mystery persisted. No one could explain who or what these figures were or why they appeared. People whispered about it, but the answers remained hidden, and the line between ordinary and extraordinary blurred, leaving everyone in suspense, forever questioning the inexplicable. Eerie encounter with creature. In the dead of night, a camera revealed a scene that would make your skin crawl. There was a lonely road wrapped in a thick, scary forest. The darkness was so deep that it felt like a doorway to a nightmare. Someone sitting inside a car was recording this unsettling journey. Strangely, the car was moving backward as if escaping from something sinister lurking in the shadows. The air was filled with an eerie sense of dread, and then, out of nowhere, a terrifying event unfolded. From the pitch-black woods emerged a horrifying figure. It was hard to make out its shape, a mix of a person and some monstrous creature. Was it the legendary Bigfoot or just a crazed individual lost in madness? It moved erratically, like a person driven by an unholy frenzy. The camera captured this chilling spectacle, freezing the blood of anyone who would later see it. The creature's features remained hidden in the darkness, but its evil intentions were unmistakable. It came closer to the trembling car with a relentless purpose, casting a sinister shadow over the already horrifying night. In an instant, the person holding the camera reacted, driven by pure instinct. With a surge of fear-fueled energy, they quickly steered the car away from this advancing nightmare, leaving behind a mystery that would haunt the videographer's dreams forever. No one could understand what that horrifying thing was or why it had appeared. It was a puzzle beyond explanation, an encounter with something dark and malevolent. The night kept its secrets locked away, and all that remained was an unshakable sense of fear. A chilling reminder that some horrors are best left untouched.
Forest fight. As the chopper camera drifted above the thick forest, it stumbled upon a weird and unsettling scene. The lens revealed a group of beings carrying strangely, moving through the trees as though they were being watched. The atmosphere was tense, and a feeling of fear gripped the air. Out of the blue, one of the individualities pulled out a defense and fired a shot. The blaring sound shattered the stillness of the forest land, transferring chills down the spine. It was as if a suspenser movie had come to life. The chopper camera captured this unforeseen turn of events, making the observer feel as if they were right there, witnessing the chilly scene firsthand. The question that dallied in the air was, who were these mysterious people, and why were they in the timber? The movie, such like drama unfolding before the lens, left an unforgettable mark on those who saw it, reminding them of the creepy mystifications that nature can hide. The bear encounter. Once upon a time, there was a man who had a big drilling machine. He wanted to dig a deep hole in the ground. He allowed it was a fine day for drilling, so he started up the machine. The machine roared to life and he began drilling into the earth. But just when he allowed effects were going well, being sudden occurred. Out of nowhere, a huge black bear surfaced from beneath the ground. The man was hugely surprised and afraid. The bear had been resting there, and the drilling had woken it up. The bear's big dark eyes goggled at the man and they both set for a moment. The man slowed back down from his noisy machine, giving the bear some space. With a rumble, the bear raved and slow fell back into the hole it came from. The man learned a precious reading that day: always be careful when you are digging into the earth, as you know who might be resting below. Battle between polar bear and the dog. In the icy forest of the far north, a fierce battle unfolded between a polar bear and a husky doggy. The forest was silent, except for the soft crunch of snow under their paws. The polar bear, massive and white as the snow itself, stood like a frozen mountain, its muscles tightened. On the other side, the husky, with its polished and graceful frame, barked bravely, ready to cover its home. The bear swiped its powerful paw at the husky, but the doggy was quick and danced out of the way. The husky nipped at the bear's heels, trying to keep its distance. It was a formal of survival in the chilly nature. The bear roared, and the husky's bark echoed through the frozen geography. For hours, the two foes circled each other, testing their strength and determination. In the end, the husky's cunning and speed exceeded the bear's brute force. With one final jump, the husky landed a heavy bite on the bear's nose, causing it to retreat with a powerful roar. Brave bears escape. Once upon a time, in a thick, wild forest, there was a big, crabby bear who lived in a comfortable backyard. The bear had grown tired of the small space and feared for the freedom of the forest beyond his barrier. One sunny morning, as Benny was stretching his massive paws, he got an idea. He decided it was time to break free from his backyard confinement. With a heavy cause and a blasting crash, Bear knocked down the barrier that had held him caught for so long. It was a sight to behold as the awkward planks splintered and flew far and wide. Hyperactive and a little bit horrified, Bear made a run for it, charging into the lush green forest. He felt the cool breath on his fur, heard the chittering of the birds, and knew he was eventually home where he belonged. Police captured the mischievous bear. Once upon a time, in a quiet little city, being strange was passing. People woke up to find their cars all knocked up. And it was not because of a big storm. No, there was a bear on the loose, and it sounded to have a thing for cars. The furry troublemaker would come out at night and start poking around, breaking windows, and scratching the clear paint. The townsfolk were getting enough worried about their damaged cars, and they knew they had to do being, so they called the police. The courageous officers set up a plan to catch the bear red-handed. They put out some tempting snacks and left a trail of honey leading to a big net. One night, the bear took the lure, following the appetizing scent straight into the trap. The net fell and the bear was caught. The people cheered for their heroic police, who had eventually put an end to the car-stranding bear's darkness tricks. The city could sleep peacefully, formerly more, knowing their cars were safe from the mischievous bear's paw prints. Creepy crawlies captured on trail cam. In the quiet darkness of the forest, hidden from natural eyes, being mysterious was passing. Trail cameras, like silent guardians, were landing the secrets of the night. These were not ordinary night scenes. They were filled with creepy crawlies that made your skin twinge with conspiracy and shivers. Imagine a moonlit night, where black stepped and leaves whispered secrets. Suddenly, the trail camera caught a spider spinning its intricate web, glistering with dew. The creepy silence was broken by the soft fluttering of nightsticks, captured flight in their search for prey. The camera's lens revealed slippery critters like owls, their eyes flashing like burning coals, and a curious raccoon scavenging for night snacks. As the night wore on, the trail camera's observant eye disclosed a world, many ever confirmation. It was a spine-clinking trip into the quiet nightly life of the forest, where creepy crawlies took center stage, and the darkness held its secrets nearby. Deer's day and night, wandering. Once upon a time, in a big wild forest, there was a graceful deer. This deer, a beautiful animal with soft brown fur and gentle eyes, wandered the woods day and night. Every morning it would wake up to the cheerful songs of chirping birds and the warm beams of the sun. During the day, the deer would explore the lush green forest, nibbling on the sweet, sensitive leaves and sipping from the clear, cool canals that crossed the woods. The deer was always careful, keeping an observance out for the sounds of peril and looking out for its fellow forest familiars. As the sun would set, painting the sky with vibrant colors, the deer's adventure continued. The night brought a different kind of magic to the forest. The deer would foot still, guided by the steely moonlight and the stars' gentle beat, searching for food and sharing secrets with the nightly animals. In this alluring timber, the deer's wandering was an everlasting tale of coherence and wonder, day and night, in the heart of nature's grab. Eerie encounters. One dark and stormy night, our security cameras recorded being truly crazy. As the rain cast the windows, the camera's alert eyes caught a series of unexplained, creepy events that transferred shivers down our spines. First, a mysterious figure appeared in the backyard, masked in dark. It moved like a ghostly wisp, making no sound and leaving no trace. We watched in unbelief as it wandered through the theater, dissolving into thin air. Next, camera picked up unaccountable spheres of light floating through the living room. These immaterial spheres danced and flicked, illustrating the dark corners of the way before dissolving without a trail. To make effects indeed creepier, a strange, unearthly noise sounded through the empty hallway. Transferring the family into a fury. The camera captured their alarmed responses as they goggled at the unnoticeable intruder. These unexplained, weird circumstances continue to hang security footage, leaving us both beat and scarified with no reasonable explanation in sight.
Silent animal attacks revealed. In the wild, there are hidden stories of animals surviving in mysterious ways. There was a video that showed these secret battles of nature. It was a bit scary and revealed how animals quietly attack others to stay alive. The video had different parts, each showing a different way animals hunt quietly and without warning. Animals like deer, tigers, zebras, and even cats were featured. In one part, a deer was drinking from a calm river, but a sneaky crocodile was there underwater waiting patiently. Suddenly, it appeared and grabbed the deer, showing how nature can be cruel. In another part, a tiger stalked a zebra silently. The normal sounds of the wild were hushed as the tiger pounced on its prey, teaching us how fast and quiet these attacks can be. Even small cats were not spared from this video. It showed how they can be secretly aggressive, proving that even cute pets have wild instincts. This video is not for those easily scared. It gave a glimpse into the hidden side of nature where life and death are always close. It's a place where quietness often means danger, and the line between the hunter and the hunted can be very blurry. In this mysterious world, survival is all that matters. Lightning frog. Once upon a time, in the land of everyday life where things are usually quite ordinary, something strange happened. A camera recorded something mysterious that left people really confused and amazed. The video started by showing a regular door, like the ones we see every day. But as the camera moved down, it revealed a frog. This was no normal frog. Its body, which is usually green and brown, was shining brightly. It looked like it had swallowed something very unusual, making its body light up. People had all sorts of ideas about why this frog was so strange. Some thought it had eaten something weird, while others wondered if it was born this way. But no one had a definite answer. The video of this glowing frog spread all over the internet, and it made everyone curious. Some believed it was a spectral sign from nature, a reminder that there's still magic in our world. Others were just amazed at how beautiful and strange this frog was, but the frog story remained a mystery. No one knew where it came from or why it looked like that. So the glowing frog became a legend, a mystery that reminds us that in our everyday lives, there can still be extraordinary things that surprise and brighten our days. Eagle's smooth river attack. The video showed a beautiful eagle. It flew smoothly in the clear daytime sky above a river, surrounded by forests and mountains. The eagle landed in the river, grabbed a fish, and continued to fly. This moment was a mix of nature's beauty and the reality of how animals hunt for food. The eagle's flight were easy to watch. It glided through the sky effortlessly with its wide wings. As it got closer to the river, you could feel the excitement. It dived quickly, grabbed a shiny fish with its sharp claws, and showed us the circle of life. How animals need to catch prey to survive. This video reminded us that in nature, life and death are connected. The eagle's smooth attack was like a perfect dance of survival. It showed us the incredible world of nature. This moment when the eagle caught the fish made us appreciate how skilled and mysterious animals can be in the wild. It's a simple but powerful reminder of the wonders of the natural world. Mysterious monkey teasing scene. In the daytime, a camera showed a strange picture. It looked like a zoo. Inside, there were black monkeys with dark fur. They had mysterious eyes. A girl stood by the rusty cage of these monkeys. She seemed both interesting and a bit scary. She thought she was the boss of this unusual place. Her fingers teased the air, making the crowd watching her impatient. But trying to solve the secrets of the universe was a mistake. One of the monkeys got very angry. It grabbed the girl's hair quickly and tried to harm her. People standing around were shocked and scared. They realized that maybe humans shouldn't interfere with the hidden powers of the animal world. Quickly, they saved the girl from the monkey's grip. Her hair was messy and she was trembling, but she didn't seem to learn from her mistake. Once free, she went back to teasing the monkey. The black monkeys, however, didn't forget her actions. They both grabbed her hair even harder this time. It was like a strange dance of teasing and payback, a mysterious story of human curiosity and the secrets of all living beings. So, the camera captured a strange moment, where the mysteries of nature mixed with human foolishness, forever written in the story of the unknown. Mysterious lemurs in woods. In a calm forest with sunlight passing through the leaves, the camera saw something strange out of nowhere. Strange animals appeared. They looked like lemurs, but not the cute ones you'd expect. Each lemur was a mom carrying her babies on her back. They moved in a weird and graceful way, almost like a mysterious dance. What made them really strange were their creepy looks. They had bodies that were a mix of monkeys and lemurs. Their long, flexible arms and legs helped them move in a strange way through the woods. Their eyes were big and really spooky, like something from a scary dream. The peaceful forest suddenly felt tense. People watching wondered if these creatures meant harm or if they were just a unique part of the forest. As the camera kept recording, it left everyone with more questions than answers. These strange lemurs with their eerie appearance and strange movements were a big mystery. Nobody knew they could be dangerous or what secrets they held in the heart of the woods. Terrifying encounter. As the sun set, a spooky story began. A regular family on a nature trip recorded something terrifying. Their camera, for happy memories, saw something strange. In the creepy woods, a horrifying creature stood by the old road. It looked like a nightmare with a twisted body of flesh and bone, as if it came from darkness itself. But there was more darkness. The camera showed another scary being lurking in the shadows. It seemed like a twisted person, but its intentions were bad.
What? What the f is this?
This creature, a bringer of doom, had a hidden, evil plan. What did it want? Was it there to hurt the family, take their souls, or harm the innocent animal? Its evil mission stayed a dark secret. Fear gripped the family, holding on to their shaky sense of reality. These creatures were beyond understanding, defying nature's rules. Were they from a dark place sent to torment those who came near? This scary meeting left deep marks on their minds. The world felt different, and their innocence turned to fear and sadness. The horrifying scene they saw that night had a scary truth. Once you've seen darkness, it stays in your dreams forever. A chilling reminder of the horrors beyond human understanding. Tall being doing push-ups. As the sun went down and the mountain got darker, the camera recorded something really strange. Up high on that lonely mountain, something unusual was happening. It looked like a person, but it wasn't quite right.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This figure was incredibly tall, all stretched out, and it didn't have normal arms and legs. Instead, it had long, web-like hands that moved strangely as if it were doing push-ups. But the creepiest part was when the camera zoomed in even closer. It revealed that this figure had just one long snake-like leg tucked under its strange body. This bizarre mix of a human-like shape with these weird features gave you a chill. People who saw this on video couldn't stop wondering what in the world it could be. What was it doing up on that faraway mountain? Was it guarding some ancient secret? Or maybe it meant something ominous. Or perhaps it was just a creature born out of the scariest nightmares. In the dim light of that mysterious evening, the camera captured something that didn't make sense at all. Those who saw it couldn't help but feel uneasy, haunted by the mystery of this tall, web-handed, single-legged being on that distant mountain, its true nature hidden in darkness. Drone-caught river monster. During the daytime, a drone camera caught something strange by a calm river in Canada. It looked like a mysterious creature moving in a way that reminded people of a lurking shark. Some thought it might be algae, but the way it moved and the ripples it made suggested it was more than just a plant. It moved with a purpose that was hard to explain. At night, you could see ice on it, which made some wonder if it came out of the river or if it was a creature that could travel on both land and water. Some even thought it might be an ancient giant crocodile from long ago, but nobody could say for sure because it kept its true identity hidden. People in the area couldn't stop guessing. Was it something from a forgotten time, a guardian of the river's secrets, or just a strange creation of nature? It was so mysterious that it left everyone with more questions than answers. As days passed and the drone's video circulated, the mystery of the river deepened. Nobody could figure out what this creature really was. It was like the river had a secret, a puzzle that nature had carefully crafted, leaving only hints for those who dared to think about it. So the mysterious creature in the Canadian river remained hidden forever, a puzzle waiting to be solved. Mysterious forest creature. Deep within the mysterious woods, far away from where people usually roam, a trail camera caught something strange. The picture it took was so puzzling that it left everyone scratching their heads.
Yeah, I see his eyes right there.
Glenn! Glenn!
You see that?
What is that?
The creature in the photo was like nothing anyone had ever seen. It looked like a mix between an insect and a reptile, with a long, spiky body that shone in the dim forest light. Its eyes, if you could call them that, were eerie black orbs that seemed to hold some strange intelligence.
There, do you see the others over in that
Yes.
tree?
I'm getting it on camera. Leave the flashlight right there, Mom.
People came up with all sorts of ideas about what it could be. Some thought it might be a plant, a living secret of the forest. But when they looked closer, they realized it had arms and feet, which plants definitely don't have. Those limbs were too sinewy and strange to be anything from the plant world. It was as if Mother Nature had played a bizarre trick, blending features from different species. This creature was like a strange experiment, a mix of life's branches, a wild concoction of the woods. Whispers spread about it being a mutated lizard, a creature cursed by the ancient forest roots. Its very existence seemed to break all the rules of biology, as if the wilds had created its unsolvable puzzle. No one could figure out what it truly was.
Yeah, I see his eyes right there.
Glenn! Glenn!
You see that?
What is that?
No brave soul ventured deep into the woods to find it, fearing that whatever secrets this creature held might be even more confounding. So, in the depths of the wilderness, this mysterious being continued to exist, a puzzle of nature, a riddle without an answer. It reminded everyone that the wild still held secrets beyond our understanding, where the unknown could take forms beyond our wildest dreams. Haunted house. In this video, a car drove down a quiet road and something unusual happened as its cameras recorded an eerie sight. A house standing all alone looking abandoned. But things weren't as they seemed. This big solitary house had a spooky vibe that could give anyone the creeps. Inside the car, the people were so surprised that they grabbed their phones to film this strange scene, not knowing what would happen next. As they recorded, in the background of this eerie house, a strange figure appeared.
Holy Go, 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 go.
It had a human-like shape, but it looked really strange. It was dressed in all white and didn't have any clear features on its face like eyes or ears. This sight filled the onlookers with fear, and they couldn't believe their eyes. The mysterious being just stood there, silently watching the creepy house. They quickly drove away from that spooky place, their hearts racing.
Holy Go, 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 go.
But the mystery remained, hidden in that eerie, unsettling house. It left them with so many questions about where that strange being came from and what it was doing there. Mysterious creature sighting. In the darkness of the night, under the faint light of the moon, something strange happened. A security camera quietly watching over a quiet street recorded a baffling event. Exactly at midnight, a peculiar figure emerged from the shadows. It looked like a creature, but its presence was wrapped in mystery. It moved so quickly that it was almost a blur, as if it defied the rules of nature. When people tried to study the footage, the creature's details remained hidden. It appeared as a jumble of shapes and shadows. However, one thing stood out and sent chills down everyone's spine: its eyes. They shone with an eerie brightness, like distant stars with secrets of the universe. In the following days, the townspeople couldn't stop speculating. They spoke in hushed tones, wondering what this mysterious being could be. The homeowner claimed it was a baby dinosaur, like a tiny raptor. But doubt lingered, and some suggested it might be a stray dog, distorted by the camera's view. Others even jokingly thought it could be a mischievous goat on a nighttime adventure. The truth remained hidden, concealed by the enigmatic creature in its midnight dash. As time passed, the question hung in the air like a puzzle. What was it that appeared on that quiet street under the moonlight, and what secrets did its luminous eyes hold? The security camera had the answers, but it remained a silent observer, leaving the town in a state of endless curiosity.
Deer's midnight wandering. Once upon a time, in a peaceful country, two curious deer named Daisy and Danny embarked on a moonlit adventure. The estate was covered in darkness, with the only source of light being the steely gleam of the full moon. As they ventured through the open fields, the high field whispered secrets to them, influencing gently in the cool breath. With their nimble legs, they gracefully bounded over small hedges and crawled around sleepy farm creatures. The night was alive with the alluring coherence of justices and the distant scream of an owl. Their eyes sparkled with wonder as they discovered the foamy dew on the field, reflecting the moonlight like 1,000 bitty stars. They nibbled on tender shoots of grass, savoring the darkness snack. The world appeared different at night, mysterious and full of magic. Side by side, the two deer wandered the estates, their hearts filled with the joy of exploring the quiet country under the observant eye of the moon. Huge ape caught on cam. In a deep, mysterious forest far down from the rush and bustle of natural life, a retired secret unfolded. One day, a stir-actuated trail camera captured being extraordinary. The footage was blurry, like trying to see through a misty window, but the sight was unmistakable. A colossal black ape-or-such-like animal. Its massive form moved gracefully through the thick leafage, its long, dark hair rustling in the wind. The timber sounded to hold its breath as this mysterious being passed by. With each step, it left behind a trail of wonder and admiration, alluring anyone who came off upon the footage. The critter's eyes were hidden in the dark, adding to the conspiracy and riddle enclosing it. This fugitive monster, being on the circumferences of our understanding, torched the imagination of those who watched the footage, leaving them with a sense of wonder. The mysterious coyote. In the serene mountains covered in snow, a camera captured an incredibly rare sight. It was a moment like no other, an uncommon sight of a mysterious creature. Instead of its typical haunting and wandering, a coyote was spotted doing something quite out of the ordinary. It was perched high up in a tree, munching on berries. This unusual scene left everyone astonished and perplexed. After all, coyotes aren't known for climbing trees, and this particular one appeared different, as if it held a secret. The mystery of this unique coyote remains unsolved, leaving everyone curious and longing for answers. How did it manage to climb that tree? That's the burning question on everyone's mind. It was an extremely rare event captured in this clip. The image of this puzzling coyote has stirred immense interest and curiosity. People are eager to understand this mysterious behavior, hoping it might uncover something new and intriguing about these creatures we thought we knew so well. It seems the snow-covered mountains hide more secrets than we could have ever imagined. Creepy humanoid. The home's CCTV captured a mysterious and eerie creature moving like a crab, walking on 4 bent legs across the road. Its appearance was unsettling and strange, leaving viewers puzzled about its identity. The sight was rare and enigmatic, sparking various speculations. Some thought it was a mutant dog, others suspected it to be a creepy alien. This moment filled anyone who saw it with fear and mystery. On the other hand, some strongly believed it resembled a ghoul, a demon-like or monstrous humanoid rooted in pre-Islamic Arabian religion. In modern stories, a ghoul typically refers to an undead humanoid creature that feeds on human flesh, quite horrifying and terrifying. However, the true nature of this cryptic creature remains a creepy mystery, giving chills to the camera operator and those nearby. The secret of this eerie being remains undisclosed, leaving everyone with a lingering sense of unease. Three-eyed creature. The camera caught a mysterious, uneasy clip. This video that was recorded is very cryptic and filled the air with spine-chilling and fear. In this video, the two friends are walking on the woodland. They wanted to test their new trail camera in these woodland. They faced the camera towards a spot where they thought wild animals might be left overnight. They returned to see what they'd caught on camera. When they come to check what camera had recorded, the friends were very shocked, and everyone who viewed this video also shocked and horrified. There was a creature with 3 glowing eyes hiding in the bushes. It was looking very unfamiliar and scary. That held those operators or viewers in suspense and make terrified. The air was truly purveyed, enigmatic and fearful. The 3 eyes of this creature or being was very eerie and frightened. They are glowing and illuminated. Is it was a paranormal creature or something else? This was looking very spooky. That was still hidden or unrevealed yet. No one can point out what it was. Mysterious night figure. On a dark and moonless night, a peculiar incident unfolded in front of a home security camera. The camera, a silent observer, recorded a scene that sent chills down the spine. It captured a mysterious sight on the front lawn, enveloped in an air of mystery. From the dark, an unknown figure emerged, moving in an unexpected way. The figure seemed bent over, like a ghostly shadow caught on camera. But what was unsettling was not just the posture. It was the distinct impression of age that clung to this mysterious being. Its stooped back suggested an elderly appearance, as if time had twisted its spine. Oddly, the figure moved urgently, darting about with an unclear purpose, leaving its intentions unknown. The night was draped in mystery, and this strange sight became the talk among concerned residents. Speculation spread, but no one could identify this mysterious apparition or understand why it ventured out into the quiet night. The figure vanished as suddenly as it appeared, leaving behind only unanswered questions. These mysteries continued to haunt the curious minds of those who dared to ponder the unexplained and inexplicable. Killer clown. A strange and unsettling video emerged from a deep forest, puzzling both the operators and viewers. They witnessed a spooky clown figure that made them feel uneasy. This eerie clown was seen walking among the trees, only visible through the night vision of the trail camera. Strangely, it seemed like the clown noticed the hidden camera and confidently moved toward it. The reasons behind this mysterious figure's presence remained unclear. Why would someone be in a forest at night dressed as a clown? Was it a ghostly being, or just someone with an unusual hobby for late-night forest walks? The unexplained nature of this odd encounter left everyone confused. In the midst of the dark forest at midnight, the clown's appearance created a genuinely eerie and unsettling atmosphere, prompting numerous unanswered questions. A bulldog versus mountain lion. In the midst of a rugged mountain, a trail camera captures a predator mercilessly hunting its prey on a quiet, eerie night. Unexpectedly, another fierce predator appears, observing the same scene. Initially, a wild lion is seen devouring its meal until a bulldog meanders into the perilous territory. While the camera focuses on the bulldog exploring the area with confidence, it remains oblivious to the lurking danger of a stronger, more cunning force watching its every move. Like a looming shadow, the eyes of the mountain lion fixate on the unsuspecting bulldog, waiting to pounce on the intruder. In a swift and silent move, the mountain lion leaps towards the bulldog, leaving the video's conclusion uncertain, whether the bulldog escaped or fell prey to the mountain lion's attack. The mysterious creature. The camera recorded something strange in the deep forest. It showed a creature hiding behind a tree, unlike anything anyone had seen. This mysterious being looked like a bird but was really unusual. Its face was spooky, with deep, dark eyes and a skull-like appearance without any hair. It made everyone who saw it feel puzzled and unsure. This creature was so different from anything known in the woods, making everyone suspicious and curious. The sight of this mysterious creature left people wondering and fascinated by its oddness. The forest kept this strange creature a secret, making sure nobody could figure out what it really was. Zombie moose. Deep in the rugged mountains, a camera captured an unusual sight. 2 moose, quite different from the ordinary ones, strolled leisurely across a small grassy area. Their presence was mysterious. their movements like a silent dance. Their huge, plate-sized horns stretched out in all directions, giving them an enigmatic look, along with an abnormal growth of skin hanging from their neck that was exceptionally large. These moose were far from the usual. Their graceful, mysterious way of moving raised many questions. Their massive, ancient-looking horns carried an air of fascination. As the recording played on, one couldn't help but wonder about the secrets held by these eerie creatures. They remained an unsolved mystery for anyone who encountered them, waiting to be understood. In that mountainous territory, they stood as guardians of the unknown, leaving a curious impression behind. Demonic ritual. Walking through a dangerous forest on one of the darkest nights ever, the camera caught sight of a scary ritual with evil creatures. The traveler, terrified, had stumbled upon a satanic gathering by mistake. In the video, a huge figure with horns and bloody eyes stared menacingly at the scared traveler who interrupted the ritual. The tension and fear were palpable in the heavy breathing. Soon, the sinister beings noticed the intruder, and everything turned dark, making the ritual disappear suddenly. The demonic figure, along with his unholy followers, surrounded the traveler like a threatening shadow of death and despair. The camera quickly showed the traveler trying to escape. In the background, you could hear the traveler's terrified cries, which were drowned out by the wicked laughter of Satan and his followers, echoing through the night as they captured their victim. A mystic forest serpent. Picture wandering through a spooky forest where tall trees reach for the sky but appear faded and dull due to thick, enveloping fog. This fog shrouds the forest, creating an eerie atmosphere, a perfect hideout for scary creatures. Now imagine a scene captured by a camera in the real world. A web-like structure entwines the trees, resembling a colossal rope with spikes of green and yellow. This twisted rope varies in length, turning the forest into an intricate maze. Surprisingly, as the camera focuses on this strange structure, it subtly slithers, slowly coiling around the trees. Amidst eerie noises and darkness, the camera continues to explore the size of this enormous rope, only to be interrupted by a massive snake. A serpent nearly 20 feet long, consuming the life out of those trees. This mysterious creature possesses a skull-like head with deeply hollow eyes, sharp teeth unlike any other anacondas seen before. It appears poised to engulf its prey in one swift motion, leaving no trace behind. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this video entertaining, don't hesitate to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for even more thrilling content. And remember to ring that notification bell to ensure you're always in the loop for our latest updates. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned.